We're live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the party. We're so glad you're here with us tonight for our next episode of Emissaries of Avithna, our all-fem and NB game where it's a tale of thirst and hijinks and now spying. Just a little bit anyway. Before we get started, I'd like to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, Roll20, Devin Rue, Mistress of Maps, Tabletop Loot, and So Nerdware. You could check the chat to find out more information and see the codes that... Oh, someone's getting that. Okay, good. To see the codes that are... so you can get some discounts on certain products from certain places. Check out our Patreon. It's the best way to support us in what we're doing here on the channel. So if you want to see more cool stuff like tonight or other things that you've seen over the last few weeks or whatever, check us out there and give us some support if you can. And don't forget, it's September. Subs are half off. So if you haven't gotten a sub in, do that. Or why not gift one? It's fun. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. And I am going to start with Gemma.
Hello, I'm Gemma, and I am playing Asha, an owl. Oh, what am I now? A thief. Yes, thief.
Yeah, we switch, and then I just like to confuse all of you. Angela.
Oh, I have to stop making ridiculous hand gestures at this time. Hello, everyone. I'm Angela. I'm going to be playing Asefa, the naturalistically inclined wizard, dropping various files and sap everywhere with no worries whatsoever, no anxieties. I'm so anxious.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Mariam.
Hi, everybody. I am Miriam, and I will be playing Bubber Share, the Tiger Folk Bard.
And Fox.
Hey, folks. I am Fox Barrett, and I will be playing Kavi, the Halfling Ranger.
And I'm Kate, and I am hoping to corral and cat herd these interesting people on this adventure.
Cat herd.
Oh.
There's a lot of cats in this group. I'm just saying.
A halfling.
I said a lot. I didn't say all cats. I didn't say all cats. I said a lot of.
Like an elf or whatever.
All right. And
We're a pride of cats.
There's like 2 cats. They're in the minority.
2 out of 5 is a lot.
Less than half.
Okay, well, anyway. So...
That's a very Kavi response thread. I'm just going to note that for the record.
Leona is going to be joining us as soon as she can. So let's get started. Who wants to talk about what happened last week?
I think Fox would love to let us know what happened last week.
Oh, I'm sure Fox would love.
I feel very much like I am being punished for something I did last week.
No, nothing whatsoever.
Sure. Once upon a time in the land of Avithna, there was the Atavi villages. And in the Atavi villages, there lived a wizard named Asefa. And she very much... Actually, I should make sure, because I'm still loose on pronouns. Is it she or is it they?
Either.
Either or, I think. Right?
That's why I can never remember. My apologies. Yes, it was either. And they had a reunion. Had a reunion is the proper verb conjugation of that word, with their old friend Sita, who had recently returned at their behest because, oh no, there's snake people coming down, going to eat us all up. So they're snake people. Are they or are they not snake people? They are. And they're going to be attacking, or at least they've gotten word that there's going to be an attack on the Atavi villages, which is boo, that's butts. We don't like that at all. Because a lot of cool people live there. So they hooked up together, had a whole lot of like, hey, you're awesome and amazing. Gifts were exchanged, pleasantries were had, emotions equaled yes. Meanwhile, in another part of Avithna, there were a trio of ne'er-do-wells who were sneaking onto a boat with some limited amount of success to steal whatever they could get their hands on from the... I don't have my notes open. From the evil bad people who are definitely called...
The Vasahatans.
Vasahatans, thank you, sorry.
You don't have to apologize. It's a lot of stuff.
Anyway, we're trying to steal stuff from the Vasahatans to prove to the people running the city that, like, yeah, these guys are kind of dicks, and they kind of want to come in and start pushing us around. But they seem like they're really smart. So we want to trust them? No, they've got like plans for invasion of a subtle sort. So we went onto their boat and we swiped up a whole bunch of their crap. And then we got a letter that like, hey, by the way, the snake people are going to eat our friends. So it was like, and kind of foisted off our crap onto somebody else. She'll be fine. She'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. So we then hopped onto some horses and beat feet the fuck out of that city to go rescue our good friends. Oh, and I got a snake. Her name is Jaya. She's a python.
Jaya.
Jaya.
Well, I got a snake.
Yeah.
You know, just
I
small
got a
snake.
I rediscovered an old snake friend. I didn't forget I had a snake. I just, missed my snake. Sometimes you miss your snake. Sometimes your friend leaves and has to go to her home village and you get really bummed out about it and then you got to go get a snake. These things are normal.
Yep.
Kate.
Did I say they weren't normal? No.
We are a wonderful, happy, enjoyable space for all of our players, and the rapport between our GM and our players is reflective of how well we get along.
No, yeah, it's welcome to our
If I don't do this to Kate, she won't respect me.
That's probably true. All right. So when last we met, the three ne'er-do-wells, Barbershare, Kavi, and Asha, were beating feet to the Atavi villages of Weimar. I know where I am. I know what I'm doing. And Asefa and Sita were prepping for a upcoming invasion. What are you doing, Asefa?
All right, prepare for the chat to see a lot of cast magic or ritual prompts at this point, because I think at this point, yeah, with what I have prepped, Asefa is just trying to see, because is my mentor around? I'm trying to remember the name.
Yes, your mentor's name is Gamal.
Okay, Gamal. I think with things escalating, I know we can't get into everything right away until Sita's actually here. But after establishing the telepathic bond with Sita to make sure communication's clear between the two of us in case anything happens, I think Asefa would just be sort of running back to her home, picking up whatever materials she can, and then trying to go about talking with her mentor to see is there any way some kind of like even just small localized area like a ward or any sort of like alarm or small like notes, like something can be put up either magically or other or coordinated with anyone else in the village to make sure we have a sense of what's happening all around and making sure the people are safe. I know Sita was already starting to get into that, but Gamal, I would imagine, being my mentor, has
talking to people. Yeah,
I imagine Gamal being my mentor has a deeper breadth of wider breadth of knowledge as to what could be done in the village and also what could be done magically. So
I'm just seeing if Gamal can do anything. I'm looking real quick.
Okay.
No. No, Gamal doesn't have magic to do anything with that. Yes, what?
No, I was cracking wise to fill the dead air.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. So yeah, Gamal says, we've got scouts keeping an eye out. They should let us know.
Okay, so we have scouts letting us know. Is there enough time in the prep before anything major has come by to try and like survey the village and make sure like everyone's set aside, like either in their homes or ready to defend themselves, and or whether anything maybe that anyone hasn't noticed as of yet has been disturbed around like any of the buildings or anywhere else in the homes?
You don't see any disturbances as you go around, and yeah, you can spend this time prepping, looking around and talking to people and you are one of the leaders of the village, so you can look around talking to people, making sure that they have what they need. With Sita, both of you together are doing that.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Oh boy.
And then you can, while you're doing that, we'll talk to the other three and then we can come back, so it gives you time to think. Okay, so what are you doing to one
quick thing.
Yeah.
Do I have enough time in this to re-prepare another set of spells, or is there just not enough prep time?
I don't think there would be prep time because you're getting ready for the fight.
That's what I figured.
Okay.
Last thing. I'll go to my
Okay, no problem. What are the three of you doing to get there quickly?
I guess going on our horses fast and taking short breaks. How long is the journey from Varanasi to the village?
A couple days.
I guess taking the most minimal of breaks or pushing ourselves, I guess.
And you were a day behind Zita.
So, I mean, if we're on horses, provided there are people with horses between here and there, like my inclination and thought is you do that thing where you ride your horse until it can't go anymore.
Yeah,
and
switch out the
hop off of
horses.
it,
Yeah.
and you say, here is my horse and some money. I want to buy that horse. Hopping on that one, and you take off again to try and cover as much ground as quickly as you can. Not exactly the most restful thing. It feels real crappy on your butt. But assuming that's sort of, I don't know how.
There is one outpost right by the jungle, but beyond that.
And what I could also do is kind of wrap my arms and legs around the horse and maybe ask Asha or Kavi to tie my hands and legs so that, I can sleep on the horse while it's taking us.
I mean, yeah, that's not the safest thing in the world to do, but you can sleep on a horse.
And I'm hoping if I fall, it's like a sloth. I kind of go upside down or something.
I think
that would be profoundly bad. You would get trampled like immediately if you fell to the other side of a horse.
Okay.
But we could tie you to a horse. We still have to lead it though. That's the thing. Like a horse is not autopilot. It would still need to be led.
Right. Okay, then never mind. That was just an idea.
Yes, you still have to tell the horse where to go.
So yeah, I can see you're doing the Asha. Kavi, are you doing things specific?
If you're calling for, am I pulling on any of my moves as a ranger? I am not, especially. But no, it's a lot of hard riding and then getting us like rest. Basically, we rest as long as it takes for the horses to rest, and then we get back on the goddamn horses and go.
Okay.
If you have to sleep because of that, well, so be it.
Yeah, probably take Kavi's lead on it because you seem to be much more knowledgeable about things like that.
Let's just say that in the last 2 sessions, yes, I got weirdly knowledgeable about travel. Which makes sense for her backstory anyway. She lived her whole damn life on the road, but
yeah.
I'm not accustomed to such hard lives, but I can slum it.
I don't even roll when I undertake a perilous journey. I just take 10. It's awesome.
Nice. That's nice.
Yes.
All right. Cool. You make it fairly uneventful. Are you doing anything as you ride, or are you just riding full out?
I mean,
I would switch out. Like I would be riding, but every once in a while, I think I'll go up into the air and maybe check ahead just to see that the road's clear for us, or if there's anything like that's going to be in our way.
So question, do you even use a horse or do you just fly?
Well, that's what I was thinking, but I'm like, if we're doing hard traveling, like that'll physically like I'm not even sure Asha has the constitution to like fly straight on and with the rest. And I don't, and Asha, we don't, and we as a group don't really know what to expect when we get there. Like I'm expecting it's going to be straight on battle when we get in, like judging by like Sita's like message. So I'm kind of splitting, like giving the horse some rest, less weight if I fly a bit, but like definitely.
And we have to rest the horses at some point anyway. So if like we stop the horses and you're like later, take off into the air, like that totally makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Am I using discern realities correctly? If they're scouting ahead, or do I just tell them things?
Potentially. If there's an obvious thing that they would definitely find, then just tell them you see blah. But if this is potentially a really good use case for discern realities because they can ask all kinds of cool questions like what here happened recently or what should I be on the lookout. Like this is actually a pretty decent use for discern realities, much more so than like searching a room. This is kind of just like being on the lookout.
This is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure. Okay, so
It takes
make Asha, make me a discern realities check.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
Will it
you get some experience.
God, what is? Oh, okay. There
You see a village kind of in the distance.
Yay.
That's about it. It's not the village you're getting to. It's one of the first times you go up right after you make it into the jungle, and it is it's the village of Lindar. You see it in the distance, but that's about it.
Village. Not the one we want, though.
We should probably ride past it then.
Yep, sounds like a plan. Let's do that. Like just flying.
Sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. You're fine.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm.
How dare you try to be comfortable?
Yeah, seriously. What the shit, Kate?
Damn.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So I
Lindar?
Yes.
I see it.
Riding by Lindar. And you continue heading into the jungle. Do you stop to sleep at all, or you just sleep while the horses rest? And
Probably that.
okay, just trying to get an idea.
Yeah,
And-
no, I'm sorry. I'm sighing because I'm thinking it's like on the one hand, I don't want to show up, and and Kate's like, yeah, you rode all the way through. You're all taking like a -1 ongoing because holy shit, are you exhausted? At the same
Yeah.
time, I don't want to show up late, So like,
Right.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it real hard.
I get the
Rough.
sense we have to do the bare minimum to have some strength if it looks like we're gonna be dealing with combat, but at the same time, speed's important. So
We're no good. We're no good to them if we get there dead. We need to get at least some sleep.
yeah. And you notice for the most part of this journey, I'm fairly quiet, and I'm not really looking at anyone and just sort of following the lead and just sort of going with the flow.
So yeah, I suspect once we get to the tree line or something, then once we hit the jungle, we'll probably camp for the night
Okay.
or the day or whatever. I mean, once we're all dead on our feet and it's like we have to sleep.
Yeah.
That's when I had suggested, why don't you tie me to the horse, and then the horse can keep going, and then we can keep going.
That's not how horses work, Babar.
Oh. I thought they knew what they're doing, and once they're on the path, they stay on the path, like Otto.
They super don't.
They really don't. They don't auto. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you make camp for the night. Are you setting up a watch?
Suppose we should.
If it's nighttime, I'll take first watch. Is it
Um,
evening? I don't even know.
I'll take the one after.
I think you ride the better part of a day before you make camp.
Okay.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah, I figured we left like first thing after our little like delve into the ship, so we were just.
Brian, thank you for the follow. Awesome.
Thank you.
First watch.
Then yeah, I suppose I'll take the last one. I'm going to plunk myself down next to a tree. And I've got the short sword now, thanks Dungeon World. I'm just going to keep that on my lap and try to sleep sitting as upright and facing the center of the group as I can.
Cool. All right. The first part of the night passes super uneventful. No problem. Asha, your watch is over.
Cool. I was on top of a tree
Okay.
during my watch, so I kind of flap down and land near Babar and shake them awake.
I wasn't really sleeping. I was just staring at the stars. I was lying down and just kind of like taking chill, but I wasn't really sleeping.
Are you sure you can take the watch, Babar? It doesn't look like you slept.
That's fine. I can do it.
All right. And I kind of snuggle by a tree and just ruffle up my feathers and close my eyes.
You see me try to climb up the tree and sort of stand on, like, lie on some branches that seem like they can hold my weight, and I take my watch from there.
Sure.
I
Why
can
not?
just imagine your tail just
Yep.
Dangling down.
Yep.
dangling.
Nothing happens. A watch is uneventful.
I go and I poke Kavi just enough that I can see them stirring, and then I walk away and I sleep.
I wake up, and as I do, like, we notice that I'm slowly putting the sword back in its scabbard. I grab my bow and if on any chance the fire is still going, I make sure it's doused. And yeah, I keep my back to a tree and keep an eye out.
I want you to make me a discern realities check.
Okay. I get to ask questions.
You too. You get to ask 2.
3, actually, because I rolled 12.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
You get to ask 3 questions, and then I take one forward on acting on the answers. Neat. Okay, who's really in control here?
Like, in what way? I'm trying to understand what you're asking.
I don't know. You called for a discern realities, and I'm not sure.
I know. You're in the jungle.
Huh?
There's no one in control. Like, it's the jungle. The jungle's probably most in control of anything else. There are dangerous things in the jungle, but there are none of them near you right now.
Okay. What here is useful or valuable to me?
There is a small trail, like a hunting trail. Yes, well, Asha, yes. But there's also a small hunting trail that you can follow that winds between the Atavi villages.
Interesting. What is about to happen?
To you, nothing. But you do hear what it sounds like a ways away, but you just barely pick it up, some rustling in the bushes. It's not near you, and it seems to be heading north.
Huh. Okay. I would kind of like to follow up on this, which I kind of have a move for potentially. Because I have hunt and track because I'm the ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when you follow a trail of clues left behind by passing creatures, roll plus wisdom. But if that's applicable, let me know. But otherwise, like, yeah, I want to go investigate this weird sound. I mean, I'm gonna get my bow out, but then, yeah, go track down this weird noise.
Yeah. That seems applicable.
Okay, I'm gonna roll hunt and track. Whee. No idea what it does. I've never rolled this move before. There we go.
So you very quietly sneak behind these sounds, and you can see what appear to be like flicks of very serpent-like faces as they're traveling, and they're just focused on north. And there's a group of about 4 of them that are traveling north.
Ooh. Only 4?
In this group, yes.
I could take him. I could take him. And she has the thought of it for a second. Like we see like her POV, and just like the bow comes up and like the arrow comes back, and it's like, I should go get back up. I should go get back up. I should go get back up. I should at least go get my snake. So yeah, I as quickly as I'm able, and quickly and quietly as I'm able to extricate myself from that situation, I rush back to camp.
Yeah, make me a defy danger dexterity.
Yay, I'm good at that. Defy danger, dex with my hobbit feet. That's a hot 6.
You
Gonna mark it
to walk away, and you accidentally run into a tree that you didn't notice was there, and there was
Very
a
graceful.
jangling of noise, and all of a sudden there's silence behind you.
Ow, and also crap. Okay, you look like you're about to die over there, Angela. What's up?
Sorry, I was just wondering, because your discern reality says you get +1 forward to acting, would that have made it a 7?
Oh,
It depends on whether or not the answers I got from the discern realities are applicable here, which
That's
is
why I was curious.
because the 3 things I asked about was what here is in control, and the answer is nothing. That's a stupid question. Don't ask that.
I wasn't trying to be a jerk. I was just trying to give you the best answer.
Sometimes the answer is no. When someone asks a question on discern realities, you're allowed to say nothing. Bad question.
Fair.
You're allowed to. Dungeon World's great. You have nothing to apologize for. You're doing fine. The second one I asked was like, what here is useful? They're like, your companions. Like, there's nothing useful here. And the third one was, you hear rustling in the bushes. That's pretty nebulous as to whether or not that applies here.
I think it would have given you the +1 in finding them. I don't know if it's going to give you the +1 in getting away from them.
Actually, yes. That totally would have been good for my hunt and track. It's terrible for my defy danger. So,
Okay.
yeah. So Kavi bonks into a tree very gracefully.
And just it gets silent behind you. What do you do?
Swear in halfling quietly, and then continue to scramble towards my friends.
Okay. As you run towards your friends, you hear some noise behind you.
Fucking Christ. I
Gabby's
look
bringing
behind me.
friends.
Do I see anything behind me?
Are you like full running ahead, or are you?
Yes.
You might get a glimpse of something following you, but you are more focused on getting the heck out of there. So maybe small glimpses of things following you. They are not on you yet.
Okay, fantastic. Then yes, I am making my way very quickly, since I know I'm made, just as quick as I can back to my friends.
As you excuse me while I pull out my book.
No, the GM pulls out the book.
Pull out the book.
Moment a GM pulls out a book in a game is never a good moment.
Never ends well.
As
Danger.
you run in to
I'm an idiot.
What'd you do?
Camouflage. When you keep still in natural surroundings, enemies will never spot you until you make a move.
Oh
well.
That's good to know.
dun, 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 dun.
All right. You
Yeah, that move.
as you run into camp, you are followed by what appear to be 2 very serpent-like faced people with drawn swords. What do you do?
Shoot the nice people or try to wake up one of my friends? Oh god. What the hell is my snake doing right now?
She's wherever you left her, doing whatever you wanted her to be doing.
Okay.
She's a snake. I don't run your snake, so like.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's okay. Fair enough.
Unless you want me to, which I could, but.
No. I'm just trying not to cheat, basically, because it's like I could just send Jaya. Jaya, go wake somebody up. No, that'll go poorly. That'll go really poorly. Don't send a snake to wake people up in the middle of the jungle. Bad call.
Either for the friend or for Jaya.
You know what? What if I just turned and loosed an arrow on one of these nerds and shouted at the same time, "We are under attack," which I can't actually do because
That
everyone.
seems like something that you could easily do, but I do need you to volley, right?
If I'm just shooting somebody, yeah. Ooh. On the other hand, what if I did a called shot? When you attack a defenseless or surprised enemy at range, never mind, I can't do a called shot.
Because they're
I
not
don't think they're
surprised or-
surprised.
Yeah, not surprised.
You're the one who is surprised. More likely.
Yep. Ooh, on the other hand, I could. How many of them can I see?
You can see 2 of them right now.
Sick. All right. So what I'm going to do is, because Kavi is rad as shit, is I'm going to grab 2 arrows, like one in my hand and then one to actually like draw, and like fire at one, and then like you can kind of flip up the arrow and fire at another. I've been watching YouTube videos; they're awesome. Because I have the move Blot Out the Sun. When you volley, you may spend an extra ammo before rolling. For each point of ammo, you may choose an additional target.
Nice.
Roll once and apply damage to all targets. So I'm
Nice.
gonna try and shoot both these nerds. But first I need to. Well, I'll take care of my ammo later. I think I have like 3 ammo. Where the hell is? The hell is? Hack and slash, parlay, defense, spout, lore, volley. There it is. I'm right up at the top. You gotta be kidding me with this shit.
Ah!
I rolled a 6.
Mark experience.
I'm gonna do that.
And as they just dodge out of the way and
Wake up! Everybody, wake up!
both come straight at you and attack you with their swords.
I don't like being attacked with swords.
I don't roll for this, right?
You roll damage. Like
That's
if you're
roll damage.
if so, one of your moves is deal damage, and if you were seeking to deal damage here, you just roll damage.
So
Take
they
it.
both get a shot into you, and you take 10 damage.
Whoa! 10 damage.
I rolled really high. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay, what happens to poor Coffee? Because that's more than half her life.
I don't know what happens. Does things happen with more than half?
No. I'm just saying, like, so they just like. I'm
No,
asking you.
they just come at you and stab you. One through the leg kind of misses and gets you through the leg, and the other gets you kind of in the side.
And I scream again, or continue to scream, as the case may be.
Do
So
I
I'm screaming-
awake?
Yes, everyone's awake.
Do I wake
Your
up?
friend is screaming and yelled, "We're under attack." Everybody is awake. What do you do, Asha?
Well, first I see that I heard that Kavi screaming, but I saw that she was injured, but I see this so far I see 2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I see the 2, and Asha thinks that is a priority right now, so like I just fly up and I whip out daggers and just throw one at them.
Okay, cool. Make a volley roll. All right, so roll your damage,
Cool.
and then you choose one. I don't choose one; they choose one, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. That's what I thought. This is our first time fighting in Dungeon World. We will figure this out together.
Yay! How do I do volley? Or how do I do deal damage?
You click your class damage, which is close to the top under your hit points.
Uh-huh.
So you just click the damage button.
And point of order, you do also have to choose a negative effect though, because you rolled a 7 and 9.
Yeah.
Oh, what
So
do I?
first you
I'm
choose-
sorry. What do I do? You have to take what you can get minus 1. Okay.
Yeah. You pick one of those 3. You either have to move and put yourself in danger. The GM will tell you how in danger you are. You have to take whatever shot you can get, so you do 1d6 less damage, or you expend ammunition because it takes you several shots to land your hit.
Oh, okay. You have to take what you can get minus 1. You have to take several.
So in this case, since you were throwing knives, you would be throwing several of your knives rather than just a knife.
Okay. Well, I will move to get in the shot and
Okay.
just put myself in danger.
So yeah, roll your damage. So you roll 3. Okay. And so you hitting one of the sneeple. I'm gonna call them because it's fun that way.
Yes.
In the shoulder.
People.
The sneeple in the shoulder, but as part of that, you had to like kind of lower yourself, and he is now focused straight at you. And things may happen. Oh no, I could do that now, can't I? No,
Potentially.
No,
And-
I'll wait.
Yeah.
No, I have ideas. All right, Bob or Cher, what are you doing?
I wake up and sort of see what's going on, and I take out my Carthal, and I use the move. It goes to 11 as I sort of kind of start singing a song about friendly fire.
Okay, I don't remind me what this does.
So when you unleash your crazed performance, choose a target who can hear you, and I choose one of these Smeeples, and on a success, they attack their nearest ally in range, or they attack their nearest ally in range, but also I draw their attention and ire.
Okay,
All right, so
Hey.
yep, that works great. They're gonna attack their target nearest and ally in range. Are you focusing on the one that is focused on Asha, or the one that's
Yes.
focused on Kavi? Okay.
yeah, the one that was focused on Asha, because it's like, oh no, my friend.
So that one is going to turn around and just attack their compatriot who takes more damage. All right. Kavi, what are you doing?
Screaming and bleeding. So these gentlemen, they're upon me with their swords in me. Bummer for Kavi. So I'm just gonna grab like one of those arrows I was holding, and it's like, all right, then fuck you, and try and stab one of these bastards in the neck.
All right. Hack and slash. I'm assuming.
Yes, that is 100% a hack and slash. Good news, my strength is garbage, and this does not. Unless you would like to say that trying to stab someone with an arrow would be a precise weapon, but I suspect not. I didn't figure.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Kavi's gonna die. Hot shit! I rolled a 9.
Nice.
Thank fuck. All right. So I deal my damage to the enemy. The enemy makes an attack against yours truly. So I roll damage. Boom. Which is 8 on a d8. So
Nice.
it's just this like primal scream as I've got these swords sticking at me. It's just shoving this thing up.
You shove it in, and as you shove in, it reaches out and kind of glances you for 1 damage with its sword, but then it drops at your feet.
Neat. I'm almost dead.
Asha, what are you doing?
I now that Babar kind of took the attention away of one, I want to fly or just land or go near Kavi, and I want to give her a healing potion and see if that would help. I have that in my inventory.
Yep, I think that would probably help.
Cool.
I'm bleeding to death.
I display healing potion.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know what that means.
That means that you clicked on an item and it just shows what all the information on the item is.
Yeah. How does the healing work?
It's 10 points recovered if you drink the whole thing. I don't know what it is for feeding, if that's a separate thing. Fox is the expert here.
Am I being called upon?
I think you just get 10 HP. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
As I Here we go. Yeah, when you drink an entire healing potion, heal yourself 10 damage or remove 1 debility, your choice.
Yeah, I just hand it to Coffee and like, drink this, please stop bleeding.
Great, thanks.
Barbara Share, what are you doing?
I look at the one that's left and I say, "What fuels the flames of your desires? Why are you here?"
Okay, so are you right next to this person, or are you like...
I'm walking towards them because I see that my friends are now... Like, initially, when I first got woken up, I just saw Asha flying, enemy. Now I see Kavi. Kavi's bleeding, and I'm trying to divert their attention. So I'm actually using my give me fuel, give me fire.
Okay, but that's also like you have to look them in the eye, right?
Yeah, I'm going right up to them, like very close to them, and saying, "Friend, what fuels the flames of your desire?"
So you're going to take 3 damage as they attack you while you get in range. But sure. They're just going to say home. You hear home.
Creepy.
Okay. Well, that's an answer. Ow!
Kavi, what are you doing?
Just dropping the potion and just like taking my bow and wielding it, not unlike one might with a baseball bat, and I'm going to try and go upside the head of this thing while it is distracted by my good friend there. Which is probably another hack.
I think that because Baba Share is distracting, they can roll to aid.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely aid that way.
Sure.
Yep. I took my I'm exposing myself in so many ways.
All right. Then I will take the +1 and roll the hack and slash. Oh, thank goodness for the +1. That is a 7. So we exchange harm. I will roll my damage. It's a 2.
So you hit it upside the head, and it kind of veers out, sweeping its sword and hitting Babar Share for 8 damage and Kavi for 2.
Okay.
God, I only have 1 potion. God dang.
Asha, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh. Seeing that Kavi is more or less okay, but I know Barbara, I just go straight to the source, go to this, I whip out my rapier and start slashing at the closest snake person. See?
Okay, hack and slash.
Ugh.
Hang on.
Yeah.
You said that was a rapier.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
What is your dex? Because rapiers are a precise weapon. So when you roll the hack and slash with a precise weapon, you roll plus dex, not plus strength. Yes.
Oh.
So what's your dex?
My dex is way higher than my strength, or quite a bit.
Because you rolled a 4.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 5, right?
No, you rolled a 4 and then 1 strength. So what is your dex?
Oh, my dex is, well, it's the modifier, the 2.
I'll go look it up.
It's 2. I think it's
There you go. All right.
That's a 7. Nope, that's a 6.
That's 6. That's a 6. That still
Damn.
so almost, but not quite. Almost.
You go in with your rapier just missing, and they manage to get a hit in on you, and you take 4 damage. Barbara Share, what are you doing?
So without really thinking and being stabbed, I'm going to take my Karthal and follow Kavi's example and whack him up the side of the head. Would a Karthal count as a dex?
No. Not if you're whacking something up the side of the head. All right. Okay, that works. So deal your damage.
Oh, hey,
Hey.
6 on 6.
All right. You as you whack upside that head,
It should ring, too.
yeah, it rings, and they kind of teeter, and gets a small slice into you for 4 damage as it goes down.
I'm not doing so good.
You have a healing song? Isn't that a thing bards can do?
I do, but that's the thing I'm confused about. It's when you weave a performance into a basic spell, and I don't know spells.
No, that's your bard spell.
Oh, okay.
You just do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Except it's only for allies, not for me.
What?
You can do it for you. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
You can also do it for your allies. But yes.
Yes. I will do that when I am not when we don't have enemies attacking us.
You don't have any other enemies attacking you. Both of them are down.
I will do some arcane art, and hopefully stuff will happen. Oh, hey, yay!
Nice.
So heal 1d8 damage. And I
Magic
choose...
reverberates to other targets, affecting them as well. Sure. I'm gonna be nice.
Okay, we all heal 1d8.
So roll the d8 and you all get that much healing.
Nice.
So we heal 4.
That tops me back off. All right.
All right, me
I
too.
have to know what this performance looks like. I have to insist. We need some role play.
Yep. So, as I'm sitting down, tending my wounds, I think about the wounds I've had in the past, and I start singing a song, which is, which says, this heart is just suffering and wounding, and I have been punished for loving someone, and now I am wounded. I am looted, and I am ruined, but I'm still in love. I could sing the song, but I will save you all, me trying to sing something that's slightly hard to sing.
So it's a very melancholic, I'm assuming,
Yep.
dramatic song.
Me Meanwhile, I sort of like hobble limp as like I'm like finishing off the potion and dumping some of it into the leg wound, and just going over to this dead body of this. Sorry, what wonderful little name did you call our snake
Call them
friends?
Sneeples.
Sneeples. I go over to this awful little Sneeple, and it's just while Babar starts to sing, it's just a string of shouted invectives in halfling, and then I spit and hobble back over to my tree, and slump down next to my fucking snake.
So they apparently desired home.
And people in hell want ice water.
Can I go up to the Sneeble bodies and see if there's anything on them?
Yes, you can.
Yay.
You find a healing potion on each of them,
Woohoo!
and they both have short swords.
Do either of you two need more short swords? Or healing potions?
If tonight has proven anything, it's that I just rather distinctly need fewer short swords in my life.
I need less iron supplements. And I sort of say, you see, I'm still bleeding quite, like, I am under half my hit points still. I could definitely use a healing potion.
I toss one to Babar.
And I just drink it like I'm, like, chugging, like wine, like I am, like, after singing that song, I'm pretty melancholic, and I'm just, like, tossing it like it's a shot.
You also, Asha, find a small pendant that each of them is wearing that is a serpent eating its own tail.
Hey, take
All
a
in
look.
black.
Can I... If you bring it towards me, can I sort of spout lore or figure out what it means?
Here, it's pretty. They're all wearing it from what it looks like. And I give it to Babar.
Okay, I try to sort of scrounge around and see if I recognize... Nope.
Well, we should.
Nope, it's not something you've seen before. You think that maybe somewhere, but you just can't get it. Yep.
I mean, we should keep it and give it to Sita when we see her.
Yeah, I mean, that's something she would know much better, of course. I'm pretty useless.
And if not her, then the people of the Atavi villages could probably figure something out.
Yeah. Everyone else is much more useful than me.
I mean, it's not something I recognize, is it? By any chance? Okay.
No.
Because I don't tend because these guys come down from the north, and I've been all along the
Yeah,
southern
they're from
edge.
the desert. You really haven't been to the desert.
Yeah, I've never been up that north, so damn it. All right, poop, poop, poop.
You want to hold on to it, Babar? And maybe you can give it to them when we arrive?
No, it's okay. You can keep it. And I just start preparing for the day, or if there's still time to rest, just rest.
That was toward the end of Kavi's watch, so you're probably starting to prepare for the day.
Plus,
Yeah.
all of us are like loaded on adrenaline now, so it's like
Yeah.
as soon as I've got the strength, Kavi's already like up and towards the horse.
Yep. Just get on the horse and just kind of ride.
Yep, sounds good. And you start raiding.
Burn off that adrenaline.
You do pick up the
Safa.
snake, right?
If this is the sort of game where I have to specify whether or not I'm taking Jaya with me
No,
somewhere,
I just assume you are. You're fine.
quit immediately. But I trust my GM to not be like, oh no, you left your animal companion, a class-defining thing, just in that little grove back there. It's like,
Yeah, you didn't mention that you were bringing the snake.
oh no.
I mean, I might make you have to turn things left instead of right, but I won't.
Oh my god. That is entirely too inside of a joke, my dear.
I know, I'm sorry, but also I might do dick things like that because it's me. All right, anyway, so
Jaya comes with me always.
yeah, I just assume.
I think.
Asefa, you are with Gamal and you're standing there. Sita, you have all gone around the village. You have collected everybody. Everybody's ready for defense or safety. The majority of the children and those who can't fight are put aside in the safety of the meeting house, and it's well defended. That's you. This is what happens all the time when these kinds of things happen. You do this whole thing where you put the children and those who don't fight in the meeting house, and it's very well defended, so that one place instead of having to defend all of the houses, if that makes sense.
Okay, dude.
Huh?
No, continue.
And the scouts come back and said they're on their way.
Shit. Okay. In this period before anything else happens, is there any time left where I can look over, or any of the time leading up to this? Because I know this is kind of wibbly wobbly with time while their stuff is happening, ours is happening.
Come on, horse.
For a second, I thought it was a bunny jumping up and down.
You are entirely too precious. Oh my god.
I don't understand what you mean. Anyway, could I have? Is there any possibility of having gone through any of my books or talked with anyone else to, just for anyone who isn't, let's say, maybe they've been a defender before, but maybe haven't had as much experience to, I guess, justify spout lore, to look through my books to see if there's any information on, like, I guess, how to deal with them, like something they might be upset about, or any information I can recall about them.
Sure.
Of like, if not weaknesses, just something like that I know.
Gather the lore of your people about the Sneeples. Yeah.
Gather the lore of my people about the Sneeples.
You're welcome. I'm now Dr. Seuss.
Is that a spout lore?
Yes, that's a spout lore. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. This is why I joined this campaign, Kate. Okay.
You know that they fight in teams. So you know that they're never one without another. They're usually in twos, sometimes in fours, but they fight in groups. So they don't fight singly.
2 or 4. Okay. Never alone. Okay, so that at least tells me information. If we see any of them by themselves, we're not seeing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would the scout... So before I ask for the next thing to see if I can try and cast another spell in order to get more information, I have to ask, with the information the scouts told us, would they have been able to get numbers?
They saw 2 groups.
2 groups. Okay.
Mm-hmm. 2 groups of 4 is what they saw.
Okay. All right, and then if there's one more thing that I can do, try and pull out another one of the vials, coat throat again, and try and breathe and reach out to nearby vines to try and reach out to contact spirits, I think is the name of the move.
Okay.
See if I can get more information, but before I can do that, I have to try and cast a spell and see if this works. Please work. Okay, that just works. The spell is forgotten. I'm gonna say this is the last bit. I'll basically think of it narratively as this is the last bit of like vial that I have to get information, so I'll forget the spell. But I'll contact spirits.
That's such a cool way of handling that.
I know, I really like that.
So much better than forgetting the spell. God, I love it so much. I'm sorry, I just had to say something because it's so cool.
I think
material components. It's a wizard. You do arcane shit. So
I love it.
Clumsy, clumsy. So like.
Asefa reaches out, and your spirit that you normally commune with is a spirit of the village. There is a spirit of the village. It's like part of the role of a Sethaya to learn to know the spirit of the village. You're given this connection through the goddess, the powers that the goddess gave you, and so you reach out to the spirit of the village. And what question are you asking it?
Is there anything within the vicinity of the village we can use to our advantage against the Yuan Ti? Like something that we're not already aware of?
They do not fight from above. So you get a vision in your mind of heights, of trees, of, if that helps.
Okay, so that means do I have enough of like a base sense from that to know that they might be surprised by tactics from the sky because of that? Okay, knowing that if there's chance to communicate, I will pass that along to Sita, just so that's justified. She knows that as well to coordinate, and anyone else who might be like archers or just has enough athletic ability to get up into the trees, position them around the defenses to prepare. Yes, I'm already thinking once Kavi arrives. That's my thought out of character, but in game thinking that and just prepare them. Anything that we see, just take the most nimble, stealthy, and most capable with range to position them up above to defend the village.
Aaron leads this contingent. Aaron is Sita's mentor, and she's the halfling with the long braided gray hair, and she is leading this initiative, making sure that there's not a ton of ranged warriors in the village, but the few of them that there are have climbed up into trees and made safe, secure places. I'm going to run Sita until she gets here, just so you know.
Okay.
I ran it by Leona, so we're good there. Sita gets ready in a way like you kind of know the direction they're coming from because of the scouts. So Sita and Gamal take up places behind like buildings near that area. So they're kind of waiting in that flanking area. And just as everyone is getting into a place, you hear the hoofbeats of 3 horses from the south. And you know that the people are coming from the northwest direction.
Ooh, I know that the assailants are coming from the northwest.
Are coming from the northwest.
Okay.
You hear hoofbeats from the southeast.
Immediately send a contingent. I will head over to. No, I don't want to leave them without leadership. If there's anyone else to immediately attend to that.
Yeah, you can send someone to go meet them. That's not a problem.
Yeah, send someone to immediately take care of that.
You send Alice. She's a young woman who is just starting to learn how to fight, and so she's kind of staying back with you as like a defender, just trying to make sure that you have what you need.
Okay.
She runs, and you see this young woman. She's probably about 16, 17, run up to your horses and is like, "Hi, are you Sita's friends?"
Yes. Where the hell is she?
Okay, yeah, we're getting ready. Horses can go over there right now. Follow me.
I jump off my horse.
I jump off my horse as well.
I fly off my horse
and she shows you where to tie up the horses in a safe space. And Rush is like, hurry, come on.
I don't even tie up my horse. I don't give a shit.
I see how
drop the reins. Like
I see how anxious they are.
And then she's like, anxious. Really? Are you serious? And she goes and like ties up the horse. You can't just leave them like not tied up.
I was tying my horse up, and then I helped tie everyone else's horses up.
I was following Kavi, and then I start freaking out because they started yelling at Kavi. So I go back and just start tying. I'm like, yes, I'm so sorry.
She's very anxious. What are you thinking? You can't just let them run free. They could get hurt. They're horses.
I'm sorry.
Moving into the village then, like, lady.
And then she like, okay, come, follow me. She runs past you as you're moving into the village because you don't really know where you're going. And directs you toward where you see there's a big long meeting house that's normal for these types of villages. It's very well guarded all around of it, and you see Alice run up to a young person. What do they see, Asefa, as Alice runs up to you?
Okay, they see, sort of go through the rough description again, the wizarding, the sort of long shalwar kameez sort of outfit that I described with glove the gloves on the arms of wood and ambers, but these ones seem like they're emanating like a little bit of energy throughout the process. It's flickering occasionally. The straps are tightened to the we'll say the most extreme one. They look like they should be like baggy wizarding robe sleeves. Has a cane that she's just like sort of like you can tell she's putting a lot of pressure and she's obviously in some measure of pain while doing it, but she looks like she's sort of just gritting her teeth through it. You see the flower dyes through her hair that's probably a little bit more messed up than usual because she's been running around. And you'll probably see her in the middle of like just reaching a hand into a bag and she's just like peering through pages of notes and stuff, but she'll probably like look up at that moment. All right, important question. Are you here to hurt anyone? If you are, I will take you down if I have to.
Where's Sita?
Okay,
I need
so
to know. I'm one of the leaders of the village. I need to know.
We're
No.
friends of hers.
Tense times.
describe what Asefa sees.
Oh, of us?
Yeah. This is the first time y'all have been meeting.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
Oof. What does Asha look?
Go ahead.
Righto then. You notice a very short, like a 3 foot tall. I think she's 3'2" is what I've said in the past. So tall for a halfling, but a little halfling. She has a dark brown skin. Normally, she's got this like bright red dupatta that she pulls up over her head like a hood, but she would have pulled it back by now. So that betrays a long sort of brownish hair that's just starting to go gray, especially at the tips and stuff, that she has kind of in a crown braid across the top and then just this massive braid down the front of her body, where she's at the moment just wearing like just like a leather shift almost as sort of her armor, and these very loose pink pants that like flare just below the knee and stop short of her enormous hobbit feet because she wears no shoes ever for any circumstances. Noteworthy is that on her left arm she's got this massive like metal kind of goldish bracer, much like how someone who is doing a bunch of archery might have an arm guard there, but hers is jewelry. And like she's got, so I was so happy I drew this. She's also got around her bicep up here like a little golden band of a snake wrapped around up here. Oh, right. We'll get to that. And a handful of like little bracelets and stuff, and like a big golden choker style necklace with like a big ruby kind of smack in the middle of it right here. She's also wearing a python because I don't have a good way to get Jaya out here at the moment. So draped across her shoulder and kind of pumped up like this, there is a massive sort of brown and like black with black diamonds along like the back of it in a regular zigzag python, just kind of just chilling right here, neat as you please, as this oh, and as for her facial features, she looks like a much not a much older woman. She looks like she's somewhere in her early to mid 40s in human terms. So the age is starting to show a little bit on her face, and she is a combination of grumpy, extremely tired, her hair is a mess, and kind of angrily asking you where Sita is. That's Kavi in a nutshell.
Here.
And you see Bubbershare is trailing behind the both of you, like sort of last to show up. And they are a Bengal tiger wearing essentially wearing their travel clothes, which is this robe that is made out of small little patchwork quilts. Like, it looks like a quilt, but it's like little patchwork sort of squares, and is carrying a kurtal, which is sort of the like chiming, sort of like you sort of chime things, and is their eyes are just desperately like searching for someone in particular. And the minute you had said where's Sita, eyes are now like really searching.
And Asha is in owl folk, um, based on oh god, what was the link that I just put? Based on an Indian eagle owl. So Asha's colors are shades of browns and white and speckles of like dark brown and black. Basically, the colors of a cinnamon roll that everyone likes to describe Asha as. Um, in terms of outfit, Asha is wearing like very loose black dhoti pants and is wearing a type of like a Georgette style kurta, and it flows down to the middle and is buttoned up from the collar down to the waist. And the bottom kind of flows out through the back so you can see the dhoti pants clearly. And just to the side, you can kind of see the daggers that are attached to the hip. Um, there are slots in the back of the kurta to accommodate for Asha's wings, and they have like arm appendages as well that are separate from the wings. And right now, Asha's kind of golden amber eyes are kind of looking very worriedly, kind of furtively glancing at Babar, noticing like their reaction, and kind of has this worried like look and trying to see if like they're okay.
So the group has just asked you where Sita is.
Okay, I'm keeping communication with her throughout this entire process, but I'm sorry that I have to be brusque and a tad more aggressive than I'd normally like to be in this moment. She's like just putting a lot of her weight on the cane. You can see she's like occasionally like showing some pain, like just flare ups around her arm, and like just like doing like this gesture just to like get the tension out of her hands. She's like, we are going to be attacked very soon. She is coordinating with her mentor over there, but I am trying to get as many defenses as I can coordinated and set up. And I imagine can she see Kavi's bow?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's taller
And
than
Sita has told you a little because you guys you both spent time talking. So Sita
Right.
has told you about her friends,
Okay.
so you know what they can do.
Right. I think it's now she's remembering.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
I
I think-
see you're sort of like wincing with the cane, and I say, can I have some healing abilities.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
This has been with me for my entire life. You get used to it after a while. There are more people who are going to get hurt if we don't get things in order quickly. Right. Kavi, Babar, Asha. Do I have that right?
And you are?
I'm a Sefa. I am Sita's Saraya and one of the leaders of the village. We could get into pleasantries, or we could prepare to defend ourselves. I take it we should go with the latter at this moment. Would you? And like she immediately like, turns to Kavi, like looking down, more just for sake of just being like physicality rather than like.
I'm quite short, yes.
No, right, but like she's trying to not make it be like she's like trying to like talk down to you while saying this. She's trying to be like, it's one of those kinds of things. She's both me and her character wise are like trying to not be. She's trying to keep manners, but she's also like it's a situation that doesn't call for manners. She's
No,
just,
yeah,
trying
like-
to do it.
For what it's worth, Kavi is rude, crude, and has a bad attitude, and is very used to just like looking up at people as they look down at her and speak at her.
Yeah,
Like,
she's like,
honestly, if you came down to her like eye level, she'd probably be insulted.
no, that's why she's not doing that. And she's like, I assume you'd like to put the bow to good use. We have a contingent of people who are already attempting to get a bit of a surprise on all of them. They're not, as far as I can tell from the information I've gathered, they're not prepared for anything coming from above. And I take it, she also then turns to Asha, I take it you have a little bit of flight with those, and stares at the wings.
I
which
just
are
start
probably
laughing.
quite apparent.
Yep,
You'd like to help us from above.
that I can do.
Yeah. If you'd like to work with everyone else to get this in order, we can start setting everyone else up, but it's coming soon. And
You're gonna send them to Aaron to get coordinated, and you tell them where Aaron is because you know, and I'm assuming you reach out to Sita and tell her her friends are here.
yes, I tell
Okay.
her immediately once it's going down. But before I head out, before like I send at least Kavi and Asha off, I then turn to Babar. I'm like, Sita gave me a rough sense of everyone's abilities and such from when we last spoke, but I did not want to assume what you might want to go for. How would you like to be put to use here?
Whatever use I can be, I'm not terribly useful.
That's not what I asked. What do you want to do? You are here, Sita believes in you, therefore I will believe in you 100%, regardless if you sound like you do right now. There are people who are going to rely on you. Sita is going to rely on you because she probably believes in you. And again, she does, I do. What do you want to do?
I'm very good at confusing people, and I can do some healing or make people shoot better.
How would you like to cause chaos or support some of the front line?
I can do that.
I'm certain you will be spectacular from what Sita has told me. Please, do what you can. I will also be helping. I am not a fighter myself, but I will see what I can do with the magic that I have available to me. Hopefully I can. And you see her like reaching down into the bag. She's like, it looks like she almost has to duck her head all the way in to like try and pull the last couple of vials. Oh dear. Oh, I do actually have those. Okay. I did not want to have this to be the occasion to test this, but we obviously don't have a choice. So hopefully this hits them and not me.
I
All right,
have
so-
this look of concern across my face, like, oh, what have I got myself into?
So you're sending Kavi and Asha to be with the people up trees, correct?
If they're up for it, like
Yeah.
this is all on the condition that they're okay with it. That she would
Yeah.
want to be saying this. Like this is just her and like.
I would like to get a word in edgewise at some point, but
Yes,
please
yeah.
continue, Kate.
Yes, that's. I think this is the perfect moment for Kavi to jump in.
Okay. Yeah, so sending them to Aaron. I'm gonna say Barbershire goes up with the front line. That's where Sita is. Okay. Yes, Fox.
I can't really pull Asefa in close because obviously they're in a great deal of just physical discomfort, and I'm much shorter than they are. But like, just listen. I know time is short, and I will go. And I kind of glance back at my other two compatriots. But we have to talk to Sita soon. All right. I kind of cinch up my bow and I head off wherever it is you need me to go.
Yeah, and I'll just say real quick, my home is available to you as soon as we make sure it's still around after this. I have my faith in you. Sita speaks highly of all of you, and you seem quite capable already. Let's do this.
So, Kavi and Asha take up space in the trees with the other archers. Kavi, you are introduced to Erin, and a female halfling, and she's 3'8", so she's tall for a halfling. Yeah, she's older.
One of the tall folk.
Yeah. And she just looks at you and goes, "Oh, good, another one," and she, like, sends you up a tree, like, not in a bad way, just like very brusque, like, "Oh, good, more people, great."
I size up the rest of their archers, and it's like, yeah, another 10 by my count.
Magic moment.
And then Asha, she points at a tree for you to go. You can hide yourself in there so they don't see you, but feel free to do whatever you need to when we surprise attack.
Sweet. You got any spare daggers I can chuck at them?
I mean, I'm assuming you got your one back, right? So you still have two?
Yeah, I still have two.
Nice. Most people are using
dagger.
their stuff right now, so probably not. But maybe after we can figure that out for you.
Sure, I'll just make them count, and I just start fly to the tree.
And then Barbara Sita welcomes you, gives you a hug, and then says, "Okay, to business. Are you chaosing? Are you supporting? What are you doing?" You are muted.
There was one thing I wanted to do. The minute I see Sita, can there be like a mustard field? Like a field of yellow flowers?
There isn't, but you can imagine that in your brain.
Okay, so I literally sort of Bollywood style, I'm like running towards her the minute I lock eyes on her.
And she's like, okay, gives you a hug. She's like, okay, we're doing this. What do you need to do?
Whatever you need me to do, I can. You know what I can do.
Yeah.
I can cause people to fight each other instead of all of you. I can give them some sick burns. I mean, just
Yeah.
yeah, those things. Or I can
Make
do
it
some
count.
healing. Yeah.
Don't catch the jungle on fire. That would suck.
I can't actually set anything on fire. You know
Okay,
that.
great, perfect. Kate doesn't remember.
Oh, a sick burn is I insult them to.
Oh, okay, good. All right, sorry. I was like, I don't know.
Which abilities are literal fire? Which ones are metaphorical?
I know, I
fire?
don't know.
I literally
Yeah,
only
there's a-
took the metaphorical ones.
Smart. That's smart. Okay, cool. And everyone gets into place. And it's waiting. And all of a sudden, those are up in the trees. You see a group of 4 Sneeples. They look really familiar to you and Asha, Kavi, because you've seen people like these rather frequently. They are walking down the trail. What do the 2 of you do?
Oof, we didn't really make a plan of like if we're supposed to signal or just start firing, huh?
We didn't. I was anticipating a bit more instruction from the people that were mustering the other archers, like since there were others of us up in these trees, but left to my own devices, if they don't see me up here, my inclination is to try and place an arrow between their little sticky eyeballs. Like,
Oh, how far are the placements between like let's say Javi and I?
You are on either side of the area of the jungle they're coming through. There are 4 of them. They've kind of made it to the middle, which you were given was the time to shoot. When they are all like surrounded in the middle of this group, then you shoot them. That's pretty much the instructions you were given. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Kate did not remember to say that.
No, it's okay.
Now she does.
That's fine.
I mean, like at that point, then yeah, it's like I let Jaya down my arm so she can like wrap around the branch we're on. It's just like, just stay here, and if anybody gets underneath us, drop on their head, because that's always bad. And like I take like my quiver and set it against the like a nook in the tree branch, and then I line up a shot until they're where they are supposed to be. Like I'm waiting very patiently for them to get into the kill zone before I loose an arrow.
Okay, so they. Oh, go ahead,
Asha
Asha.
slowly just whips out the 2 remaining daggers and just holds.
Okay.
Wait, no, even cooler. I don't have my quiver out. I take the arrows and I stick them into the wood of the tree. Yeah, that's way cooler.
They make it into what we would call the kill box because that's pretty much what it is. Roll your volleys. Or called shot if that's what you're doing, Kavi.
I was going to say, is this a defenseless or surprised enemy at range? Because I would love to shoot.
Enemy, yep.
I want to shoot one of these nerds in the head. So, hiya! 11!
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Roll your damage and head. Yeah, roll your damage.
They do nothing but stand and drool for a few moments. Huzzah! So, boom. That's a hot 5.
Boom. 7.
You both loose arrows. Kavi looses an arrow, hits in the head. It kind of like doesn't go in. They're wearing a little bit of a helmet, so it kind of like gets them a little bit, but it's a little lower than you'd wanted. So they're still standing there, but they are standing there drooling like this, like kind of like dazed. Mm-hmm. Asha, you find that perfect shot. You throw it at them, and they just drop.
Nice.
One down. Other shots are flung, and another one goes down. So you have 2 that remain standing. We're not quite yet to the other group yet, Barbara, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And Asefa will be there, I promise. They start yelling and rushing toward the village. What do you do?
I mean, grab another arrow, repeat my previous trick there. At this point, I suspect they are neither helpless nor surprised, so I cannot get quite so fancy about it. I could try and shoot. Well, there's two and a half of them left, basically, right? Or no, that's right. You said one of them
Two
went
left.
down. Two left. There's two
Two
left.
of them are down. Two are left.
I want to go for it. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna fucking. So I'm gonna use Blood Out the Sun again to burn additional ammo. So annoyed that her trick didn't work last time. Again, Kavi this time grabs a pair of arrows and just one, and then the other, just like rotating the arrow up as she fires it. They sing through the air and
yeah.
Yes. They do damage. The one thing I'm not sure about with Blood Out the Sun, roll once and apply damage to all targets. I don't know if that means I apply damage separately or not, but here's my first damage roll. There's a 5. Would you like me to roll for the second guy I shot as well? Or do you want to take that 5 for both of them?
I think I'm going to take that 5 for both of them.
Okay.
The guy that you had shot in the head goes down. He's out. The other one, you kind of hit them in the back of the shoulder, but he continues to run. Asha, what are you doing?
I'll use my last dagger and flick it at the one running towards the village.
Okay. Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah, that
wow.
hits. Roll your damage.
Fuck.
Yeah, it goes down. He goes down. You all take a moment to look at the area around you, and you hear noise coming from the village. While this was happening, Barbar, two groups had come from either side into the village and have started attacking the village. So Barbar, Asefa, and Sita. And then in a couple rounds, the two of you could be there too. But it's
okay.
Yeah. Barbar or Asefa, if you have something you want to do.
Is it 2 groups of 4 or is
Yeah,
it
2 groups of 4.
Shit. Okay, it's a full group. I was hoping it'd be less of them.
I am going to sow some chaos while Asafa is planning an attack, and I am going to use my Karthal and start. I'm out of sort of words, but I'm gonna use my Karthal and start singing songs of Badger, 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 Badger. Because that's the first thing that came to my mind, and just hope that they are so confused that they end up crashing into each other and attacking each other. Well, they do, but they, I imagine they figure out I'm also there. I'm the cause of the chaos.
Yeah, so I want to know, you've told me what you sing. What does Barbar's physicality do? Because this is a crazed performance. This is an over-the-top performance. What does that look like for Barbar? The singing is one thing, but I want to know what physically the over-the-top performance looks like.
Oh, I'm just in the middle. I'm just in prime range of a couple of good arrows, and I'm just just Garthal just chanting.
Are you dancing?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
dancing. I'm totally a beacon.
So you're oblivious to the surrounding area. Just I like it. Okay, great, perfect. Okay, so yeah. So which one are you directing that? The one that's closest to you?
Yeah, probably the one that is closest to me and away from Asifa and some of the squishier people.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say this is the group to the right. You start doing this dance, gathering the attention. One gets confused and lashes out at the person next to it. It does damage, and then looks at you and is like, "Wait a minute!" And that group starts running full straight at you. They will be here shortly. Asefa, what are you doing?
Okay, I'll be through all that, trying to keep in contact with Sita that they're starting to head over in this direction, but I'm going to try and cast a spell. before I say more about how that might go, I'm gonna hope that the spell goes through. It does not. Fuck.
Sorry. What spell were you attempting to do?
So you see her, she like this one she's not actually pulling out a vial. This one looks as though she's actually like drawing her fingers along the sort of heart-shaped clasp on the belt. And it looks like she's trying to pull vines out of the ground and then like split them apart in her hands and then fire them off as projectiles for magic missile. But I feel like while she's trying to do that, she has like a flare and like she loses focus on it and they just sort of fall apart in her hands. So she doesn't get the full effect of it off.
And
she's also running to be next to Babar and try and make sure that like if they're going to be in danger that she's going to be right beside them.
Right. And as you do that, you just see Sita make a large yell and just run headlong into the battle. And that is where we'll go to break.
All right.
Check out this awesome video.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a buck or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
we're back.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Look who's joined us. We have Eliona. Woo! Yay! All right, so we are in the middle of a battle for the Atavi village of Weimar. The amazing archers and dagger throwers took out a team of 4, and there are 2 teams heading at the village itself. Babar has confused kind of one of them, but now is full on getting attacked. Well, in threat of attack by 4. Asefa has moved next to Babar, and Sita has just run into. I was going to send you into the other ones for protection. Sita run into the other group, yelling. What are you doing, Sita? I'm tossing you right into it. Sorry.
Attacking? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, just describe your actions, and I'll tell you what to do.
Okay. Jumping into the fray, Sita is going to essentially try to claw at the enemy. I think that's. I'm not
Okay.
sure what the best move is because I'm still figuring out lay of the land. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, would it help just like Kate? Like, what's coming at Sita?
Oh,
like, what is?
There
like...
are 4 sneeples, as we're calling them.
What?
Snake people. There are 4 snake people coming at you. So they have very serpent-like faces, not to the level of Voldemort because gross. They do have noses. So they're like snake, and they're like tall, thin, elongated, kind of longer arms, and they're all carrying short swords, and they are running full pell at the village, and you are running into them. Is that helpful?
Yes. Snake people. Where did these snake people come from? Are they from another?
These are the ones. They're the Wanti from the desert. The ones you were expecting the attack from.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, yeah. Sita will leap forward and. Have I done charge yet?
No.
It's probably time to charge.
Do it.
Okay. Charge! Oh, did that not?
It's just when you lead the charge into combat, everyone you're leading, they just take +1 forward on their next roll.
Oh, so I don't have to roll
So
anything?
Asefa, nope. So
just
Asefa
happens.
and Babar Share each take +1 forward on their next roll. You, Asha and Kavi, you hear yelling from the village. You hear a very weird chant of whatever it was that Babar Share was doing. I can't quite remember. And
It was betcha, mushroom, betcha, betcha.
Okay, you hear that, and you hear the sounds. You hear Sita's yell. What are you doing?
Well, that sounds familiar and delightful. Jumping the hell out of this tree, really. Like sliding my way down, and as fast as hobbit feet will carry you, which I admit it's not the fastest. Jaya, just catch up when you can. Run. Like I grab my arrows out of the tree and I jump down and I start hauling ass towards the roaring.
Okay, Asha, what are you doing?
My ears perk up at the yelling and the song, and I'm like, Sita, and I just fly rush to where I hear the sounds from.
And you just hear from behind you, Aaron's like, yeah, okay, we got it here. Just in case. not in a mean way. Just like, yeah, we got it, no worries. Like, go.
I mean, everyone understands that it's a sorry, as I adjust my chair, that it's a battle cry, right? Like she's not yelling for help. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the implication I got, was that we were essentially being summoned. Some real Avengers Assemble shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was a battle cry, but you can do whatever you want with that.
Well, hell, I'm running in anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know these people.
The battle cry would probably be for Avithna. For the people would be too, I think, obvious and draw suspicion. So just for Avithna.
Babar, what are you doing? Oh, good.
No, never mind. I was gonna say maybe for the villages. I'm not too sure.
I sort of go for Avithna, Jago, and I continue to sow chaos.
Okay.
So I guess I roll.
Yeah. Are you getting the same one?
Yeah.
just slashes out at the person next to him, and they get caught up in fighting with each other, but there are still 2 running at you.
And I start fleeing behind Sita as I do that.
Asefa, what are you doing?
Like cursing under my breath. I'm like, okay, just try this again. Like pulling out another vial, like dumping it on my hands, and then trying to summon the vines again to try and cast a spell first. All the while, just being like, come on, please work.
Don't forget you get a +1 forward.
So that's
okay. You've got it.
9.
Yeah. All right.
I will draw unwelcome attention.
Okay. What is your spell and what does it do?
Okay, so the spell, once again, is like, please work, please work, please work, please work. Must shoot snakes, must shoot snakes, must shoot snakes. And so,
oh, nice.
So she summons up for Sita's benefit. You see her like raise up a bunch of vines around her and just collect it into a set in front of her hands in a little ball. She crunches them up to form almost like little gloves of like split up, sharpened bits of vine and wood, and then she just flings it out at whoever's the closest. Probably whoever seemed closest at the time to about to attack Babar. So it's 5.
Okay. Still up and still coming at you, but yeah, they hit straight in the chest, and there's kind of like this look like, and it taking it back a little bit, and then still comes at you, and it decides that it's not coming at Babar now, it's coming straight at you, Asefa. And it does, it just goes and attacks you with a sword and does 4 damage.
It does 2 damage because as it hits me with the sword, hold up my hand, and a small little arcane ward of vines absorbs some of the damage, but still cuts through. Like,
nice.
Oh, okay.
So 2 damage.
Still need to test that spell. Oh.
Sita. What are you doing?
Sorry,
You've been charging at 4 Sneeple.
Yep. Sorry, I had to adjust a wiring situation. Sita is going to attack. She is going to. Is hack and slash a good?
Yeah, just to describe what you're gonna do, and then yeah.
Sita is going to use, I forget what her weapons are. Let's just say she's got some kind of sword, and she's going to use that to attack.
Okay.
And I'll roll hack and slash. Go.
You attempt to get in, and you kind of stumble on. You see Asefa take some damage out of the corner of your eye, and you kind of stumble forward. Don't forget to mark experience. You end up in the middle of this group of 4. They're surrounding you, and you take 5 damage as they all just hit into you.
Okay. Where would I record that? Sorry.
The damage, you've got a hit points up here. I just clicked on it. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where you keep track of that.
And 4 damage?
5.
Oh, 19. Okay. Like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Kavi and Asha, you are just about in range of throwing stuff. Or shooting stuff.
Shooting stuff is just throwing stuff with help.
You run and fly in, and you see Sita surrounded by 4 Sneeple. You see Asefa like pretty much nose to nose with one. One is kind of trying to go around and go after Babar Sher. You've got 2 more that are fighting each other.
What? Well, I'll leave them at it.
What's the terrain around here look like?
So you have the jungle, and then this is in the village proper, so it's a lot of low ground and houses.
Okay, so we've got like houses and
yeah.
stuff here. Sweet. So as I'm coming in, I kind of like grab some arrows and like into my hand, just to kind of ready them in my offhand. And if
I don't know what Mariam is doing.
Sorry,
all right?
sorry, there's a bug. that I'm trying
Oh, okay. I was like,
We
what
were
is
all
going
very confused for a moment.
on? Is this like
it came through frame like this. Like it was very odd. So it just kind of threw me for a second. Brain fart. Right. So I hate to ask for more narration, but what the hell do these houses look like?
They're smaller. They're smaller, like made of wood with thatched roofs. Just like
Okay.
kind of small. They're round rather than square.
Okay.
And they're small little dwellings that families live in.
Okay. Because what I want to pitch to you is if there's like basically if there's a way I could like parkour up to the roof of one of them, I'd like to kind of get to the higher ground before I try and take a shot at the one that is currently engaging Asefa.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you defy danger dex to get to the top of this because it's not something you've really climbed before.
That's the thing. It's like I'm not quite sure like what's around. Like I don't know if there's like livestock I could like kip off of or.
Sure. There's a cow there. Why not? There's a cow.
Perfect. So what I'm attempting to do then is like Kavi again is like I need to see better, and it's like to the wall, to the cow, and then back up onto this thatched roof. But sure, let's see if I can defy that danger. Let's see if that's a thing that Kavi can do. Boom. So it's a 9.
Yeah. So you can make it, but the cow will kind of like bounce you into the wall, and you'll take a little bit of damage before you make it up the.
Sure.
Okay, so you're gonna.
What's a little wounded pride?
So you're gonna take 3 damage.
Ouch. Okay. Just keep dealing that damage. It's fine.
You can hit it all this fight.
No. I'm just saying. It's like, hey, it could have been worse. You could have been like, yeah, you can get up there, drop your bow though. Which
yeah, I'm not that big of a dick right now.
So yes, I push off the wall. I go to push off the cow. It like flings its horns or whatever, like boom, scramble at the wall. But then once I'm up there, yeah, it's bring up the bow, sight it up, and try to loose an arrow at. Like I kind of like do a quick survey of the field. It's like, Sita's got this under control. Oh, Asefa looks like they're about to die.
Okay, roll a volley.
Volley. 9. Let's see here. Let's see. I don't have the ammo to spend ammo, and I don't really want to move from where I'm at. I just got up here and got cowed to do it. So I'm going to take the damage I can get. So since I can only can't quite get as good a shot as I like, and ow, I've just been popped in the ribs. So I will roll damage first. Oh, crumbs. Minus that.
Well, you get him. It kind of like hits the shoulder and glances off, but they're hurt.
I swear in halfling.
Yeah, I like it. It's good stuff. Asha, what are you doing?
I want to go into the fray with Sita. So while I'm like fly rushing, like I noticed that I'm out of daggers, so I whip out my rapier, and then are there like trees around still as I'm flying towards?
You're kind of there. You know, like how you have that clean space between a village and the jungle, kind of like you would have a space between where there's farming and those kinds of things. That's where you're at right now.
Okay. Yeah. So I was just I'll just kind of just fly rush into the closest Sneeple and just like slash them behind their back, or there's a sneak.
And I think you can set your hack and slash to be dex if you're doing it with a weapon that's
a precise weapon. Yes.
Precise
I
weapon.
just changed it to dex.
Okay, cool.
So,
Perfect. Awesome.
Let's do that. Hack and slash with my dex.
Okay, what does this look like when you come out with your a rapier is what you have, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what does it look like when you attack with your rapier?
So I kind of just fly into the fray, and I fly like pretty low, and then like just when I'm about to like go near them, I just whip it out and just slash them.
Okay, cool. You roll your damage. You can also add a d6, but you expose yourself to the enemy's attack.
Oof. I'll just roll the damage.
You take one out. You take one out.
Cool. I slash it, and then when I land on my knees and have my sword out, pointed out.
Superhero landing.
Just do it like the true like anime samurai, just
Yes.
The fucking
So
snake goes-
Sita, you just see Asha come in, spear this dude. Dude falls, and Asha just lands like this. I like it. Sepha, what are you doing?
So there's the one right in front of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've seen Baba Cher has had a chance to get away, correct?
Yeah, it's behind you, so yes.
Okay. I will, like take a couple of breaths, take a breath or two in the moment, like right as I'm staring at this like snake, Sneeple, and I'll be like, well, it worked before. Let's try it again. And going to also try and like dump another bit of the vial onto the hands and try and summon the vines again. Oh shit! I keep forgetting to add. That should be a 10.
Okay.
So I think it's just the spell goes off without any issues. Or on a 10.
Yeah, on a 10 or above, you just get the spell.
So the spell is going to be, this time it is going to be magic missiles again, which with a 7, and I'm kind of imagining it as she rips up the vines, but instead of trying to fling it out, she like grabs the yuan ti and like gets like on the edge of the lace gloves, gets like a whole like almost like set of like brass stabby knuckles on the end of it and just guts it in the stomach.
Yeah, it goes down. They just shoot out of your hand straight into its stomach, and it kind of topples over and done. Barbara Cher, what are you doing? You have the two that were fighting, but now they've noticed you and are coming at you.
I'm just gonna go like, you hate each other with a passion! And
As you continue your dance and your...
Yeah.
I like it. Why not? Yeah. So yeah, the one hits him and he goes down and he looks at himself and he looks at his blade and he looks at you and he's like just confused.
Stop hitting yourself.
Ita.
Mm-hmm.
You are surrounded by three snake people and Asha like this.
Sita will call out to Asha and she'll be like, nice one. And then I think Sita is just gonna... How is Asefa doing? Just to double check something. Like, Asefa is still fighting with someone?
Asefa has just killed.
Yeah, you'd probably
the person.
turn around as you look and just see me like summoning the vine sharp knuckles and just like gutting someone and then like putting pressure back on the cane and just like very like huffing and like okay, this is fine, all is
Sita
good.
will give Asefa a nod before turning back to her trio, and she will just keep attacking them. I don't know if that would be a hack and slash or if there's something else. Okay.
I think that's hack and slash. I don't think you have... Yeah. So what does your attack look like, Sita? Are you attacking with sword, with claws? I will let your claws be the same damage as your sword, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll...
That's how the system works.
Yeah.
Claws. Yeah, I like that. I will definitely like go for claws. Like, sword didn't work. Screw it. Let's go with claws.
Yeah, I mean, point of order. That's the thing about Dungeon World. You could be attacking someone with a chair leg. You always roll your damage. Because it just represents how deadly you are as a person.
I love it. I love it very much. Okay.
I love it.
And you can also... Oh,
yeah.
You can also roll an extra d6 and expose yourself to an enemy's attack if you want to do extra damage.
Yeah, I'll do that. So,
roll. You can hit damage, and that'll roll your damage for you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 9, and then you can roll a d6.
D6. So 2.
So you full on take one out. Just like slashing, like how do you? I'm seeing slashing across its middle.
Mm-hmm.
You just run it, and topples over, and then you turn to the other two, do a little like slash out with one of your claws, get a little bit on another one, and then they both come at you and you take 3 damage.
Okay.
Don't forget, if you're wearing armor, to subtract your armor from whatever damage
Oops.
I give you.
Yeah,
I just remembered that
should've
people may
taken-
not be doing that. Please do that.
Yeah, I actually will be at full health because I should have taken 2 less damage total.
Yeah.
I have no armor.
I don't have to worry about armor. I just always -2.
So 22.
I don't have to worry about armor because I don't wear any.
And then how many damage this time?
Oh, you took 3.
3. Okay, so I took nothing then because
Oh,
armor.
nice.
3. Okay. And then do
I
roll
rolled
damage?
high earlier and roll low later. And then, yeah, that's your turn.
Do I roll damage again though?
No.
Oh.
You took the d6, so it's 9, 10, 11. So you do 11 total damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, Kavi.
All right.
Got the guy, one dude looking at Barbara Scher. You've got 2 near Sita and Asha.
Okay. I said the one near Baba Sher is just kind of standing around, not getting much done. So he's not actively a threat because he's confused. So then, yeah, whichever one, I guess, was recently grazed and gored, just like pick the bow back up, swing it around the other direction, and actually, yeah, I think let's see, do I want to? Nah. I thought about whistling, but nah, I probably should remain at least somewhat out of sight and out of mind. Yeah, nothing much really fancy to it. Just line it up and just say something like, "Just come on, just hit this one time, please, just hit this one time." And because I've been having some trouble with that. Huh?
Yeah,
it's an 8. It's an 8. All right. Frick. I don't want to do less damage. I really can't afford to burn my ammo, so screw it. I'm going to say, let's say I have to move to get the shot, placing me in a danger of the GM's choice. So how do I have to move to get this guy?
You have to kind of hang off the edge of the roof, putting you near the cow, who's none too pleased with you.
Okay, so
Hi, guys.
I have to hang off the edge of the roof while firing a bow, which means either I am like holding the bow with one of my feet and clung on like this, or I am hanging upside down and firing my bow.
Yeah, you're hanging upside down and firing your bow.
So yeah, so I like slide down to the edge, like for whatever reason I can't quite get an angle on, so I like slide down and like loop backwards. So just like upside down, loose the arrow, and it does 8 damage. My max damage.
He goes down, but the cow kind of like knocks into you, and you kind of bounce off it a little bit, and you take 1 damage.
Oh, for crying!
It's just one.
I'm gonna kill. No, I'm pissed at this cow.
It's just a cow, and you're in its space. It can't go anywhere. It's in a little like thing.
What did
Stop
that guy
nudging me,
ever
cow.
do to you?
Stupid
I
cow.
I would have thought it would have been better if it was actually the horse that you didn't tie down.
Oh,
earlier.
that would have been even more funny. But yeah.
It's still pretty funny that it's a cow goring you the entire time.
Not even, just like running into and knocking you into the side of the house.
It's like 1 HP, so I'm not getting like kicked or anything. It's just like its head is just like. It's like stop it.
Asha, there is still one up next to you.
Yeah, so after my pose, I kind of just just pivot, swing around, and just thrust my rapier into the next Sneeple. Will that get old? I don't know.
It isn't right now.
No,
It keeps making me laugh.
It's
keep
funny
going.
right now, so we're gonna go with it.
I'll do it. I'll keep going.
I keep laughing every time Fox starts laughing.
Yeah.
It's a big guffaw.
So roll your damage.
All right.
Hurt but not down, and you take 5 as he takes a little bit to the side and kind of gets you across your side.
Oof.
Barbara Scher,
Who's still up?
the confused dude who's looking at you and about to come at you.
And what about the two guys? The 2 guys that are.
Well, one got downed by the guy that you know,
Okay.
chaosed into killing his friend.
No.
So-
the 2 guys that are near Sita and everyone else.
There's only one near Sita and Asha.
So there's only
One of them
2 in total.
Cut an arrow.
Yeah. You have taken down the rest of them.
I'm going to sort of go sort of look at the two across and sort of look at the guy who was super confused. I'm gonna be like, look, instead of fighting your friends, you should really be fighting them. And I point to the other poor dude that's across the way.
And then you continue your crazed.
Yeah.
Sure. Roll it. Why not? So he's gonna, the thing is, there's not a near ally to him. He's gonna have to run to get this ally, which is tough. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to handle
this. Do they have bows?
This. No.
Okay.
He could throw his sword at him.
Yep. He can literally throw his weapon at him.
He's gonna throw his weapon at him. What do I roll for that? Is that a volley or a hack and slash?
You never roll.
Oh, that's right. I just roll. That's
you
right.
never roll except
I have to
for
remember
damage.
this. I'm sorry.
No,
I have to remember this.
You're not. Kate, you have nothing to apologize for. You are not in trouble. Don't sweat it.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So he tosses his sword and hits his friend upside the head. Friend is still up, and then he looks at you and just comes and attacks you and pins you to the ground.
Take me to dinner first.
I have to
defy
know.
danger. Oh yeah.
You said it hits him in the head. The sword it just spangs off the side of his helmet.
Yeah.
You just just hucked it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
Yeah, pins you to the ground. I don't think because you're in the middle of a performance that you'll be able to do anything to get out of it.
Okay, so
I think that seems fair.
Did you say defy danger or was it?
No, I was thinking maybe, but then I'm like, no, you're in the middle of a performance and you're trying to get him to do what you want.
Yeah.
And you got that. But then he just tackled you.
Yep. And I just say, ending as I get pinned down, at least take me to dinner first.
Asefa, what are you doing?
Probably recovering from having gutted someone with the vine brass knuckles, turning and probably has finally noted both Kavi shooting someone. I'm like, okay, has the very impressed look from Kavi's shot, and then suddenly turning to a confused expression, then to horror as Babashir is doing the performance and then gets pinned. Before I continue though, does anyone else in the party, look pretty hurt right now? Is everyone fine?
I'm down 3 HP. I'm doing just fine.
Then she's gonna be like,
I'm being mauled, possibly,
then
but I'm not
she
taking
will-
any damage yet.
and she'll run up next to you and try and help out by, well, she's not strong, so she probably can't do that.
Go for it. Do
Go
the
for
thing.
it.
Do the thing.
Just do it. Just do the thing.
Be a hero. Be a hero.
Blast him.
Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah.
Same thing as before. Well, actually, no, not same thing as before. It's gonna be magic missiles, but she's just gonna hobble over with the cane, and she's gonna take one hand, summon up the vines to throw the first set, because it's 2d4 damage. The first d4 is her throwing some at the Yuan-Ti, and the other one is her switching over the cane and punching him in the back of the armor.
I like it. Yeah. Hurt, but still, you hear ugh out of him, but he's still alive.
Asefa's kind of terrifying, in a really impressive way.
Yep.
Sita.
The best way.
That opinion will change after the combat.
Aww.
What are you doing, Sita? You have one person still up next to you.
Yep, just keep slashing at him. That's the plan, right?
Sita
Kill 'em
uses Omni Slash. It's super
Well,
effective.
She's got freedom from hunger and sleep and invulnerability to weapons. So she's wait a minute. I have invulnerability to weapons. Have these people been using weapons on me?
Yeah. You gotta
Well,
remember this, man. I cannot remember everything.
Edge weapons.
okay.
I don't know if the short sword counts as edge weapon.
Yes,
Yes,
does
it
this
does.
Okay, so I haven't been getting hurt at all. Woo! Okay.
I have to know then. Does that mean that the blades are magically turned away, or does it mean that they go to stab you and it just stops?
Yes.
It's a flex. She
Very
just
good.
flexes and it just like bounces.
I love
off.
that so much. Yes. Yes, yes.
Barbarian taking of just like
I love it. Okay. So there we go. It's a little bit of retcon there.
Yeah,
Apparently,
take all
Sita's
your
not getting hurt. I will take all of my HP back, and I will hack and slash again.
Yeah. It's gonna make an attack against you. It's gonna try to do damage. It doesn't. But you roll damage.
I will roll damage. Two.
That is just enough
Ooh.
to take it down.
Yay!
So that takes it down. Kavi, there is a snake person on top of Barbershire.
Well, still upside down. This seems like an opportune time to take a shot at somebody. Shit, where are my arrows? Good point. So it occurs to me, if I'm upside down, where the hell did all my arrows go? Oh, they went onto the ground. So I'll just loose my feet so that I can get to the ground. And as I hit the ground, like tumble and grab, I guess my right hand, like grab one of the arrows as I'm coming up. So it's just like, whoop, whoop. And as I come up into a ready stance, I'm gonna try and shoot this angry snake gentleman. Sitting atop above our share.
Is attempting a horizontal congress.
Yikes. Okay.
Awkward.
I don't want to pick this option because I don't want to get hit by a cow. So I rolled an 8. I would like to choose. You have to move to get to the shot, placing. You have to move to get to the shot, placing you in danger of the GM's choice.
The cow gets
It's
you.
okay if you really want me to hit the cow again,
The cow gets you.
but I'll be sad.
I mean, I don't feel bad. You're gonna have to climb onto the back of the cow to make this shot.
Fucking hell. All right, so brief addendum. I grab my arrow, and notice there's a giant cow in my way. So it's just one arm up onto the cow, just very quickly, and land like sitting side saddle on the cow, firing this arrow.
Badass.
And I do 3 damage.
Yeah, you take the guy out and get bucked off the cow
Every damn it.
for 1 damage. It's only 1 damage.
It's only.
You keep saying it's like tipping a penny, Kate.
It's kind of fun. Come on.
happening to me.
It's like, phew, ha, phew. Right off the cow.
one of those damage points is just pride damage.
You asked if there was an animal you could parkour off. You started this. I believe you. It's still beautiful.
And I respect your narrative, but I'm still sad.
All of the snake people are down, and it does not appear that there is anything else coming.
Help!
I mean, oh yeah, you have a dead guy just laying on top of you.
Yeah, and I'm still pinned.
Asafa
Help!
walks over and like shakily uses like the crook part of the cane to like try and like pry the body off of you. She is not very strong, and she's like.
I help.
Our
I
time.
help.
Sita immediately books it over, but is more focused on making sure Asefa is safe and okay.
Yeah, you get the dead snake person off of Barbershire. A couple minutes later, the other archers come in, and it looks like Aaron walks up to Yusita and says, "It looks like all of them. I think we've got them. I think we're good. We sent out scouts to make sure.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. Everyone okay here?"
Yes.
Yeah, except I think Bessie over there might have other inclinations. As I look towards the poor guy.
I brush myself off and spit at the feet of the fucking cow. Kavi makes her way over and just kind of like nods to Sita. It's like, we'll need to talk. And I glance over at Asefa very briefly and then back to Sita. In private at some point. As this happens, a 2-meter long python just kind of rolls up behind Kavi and just hangs out at her feet.
And Sita looks Kavi up and down and says, "Yup, we sure do. Hi, everyone. It's
That's
nice
not a
to-"
Sneeple, by the way. That's Jaya.
Oh, This is my snake, by the way. Sorry, Jaya.
Nice,
She's friendly.
Nice to meet you, Jaya. Hi everyone. Welcome. It's nice to see you.
I wave a wing.
That's so cute. I can't help myself. It's really cute. And then immediately like turns to Asefa and is like looking Asefa up and down just to like make sure Asefa's okay. She's not actively fussing over Asefa yet, but she's very much giving Asefa a look that Asefa knows of like, are you good? You know, can I help? Kind of a thing.
Yeah, Cephal will respond to the look by being, I'm good. I'm good. I am good. She just plops on the floor and
I'm
like kind of
fine.
said, perhaps check on Baba Share.
I'm fine, thanks for asking.
And Sita will grab the dead Sneeple and yank it off.
And I sort of get up, dust myself, and I say, well, I really was looking forward to dinner, but I guess that's not gonna happen anymore.
Huh?
Oh, earlier I had said, you know, at least ask me out for dinner.
Oh.
Oh.
What was the name of that very tall halfling lady?
Oh, that is Erin.
Oh, sorry.
Great. I'm gonna go find her while y'all talk.
I'm pretty sure there's no loss to you, Bumper. Probably wouldn't have been a great dinner anyways. She would
No.
face at the Sneeple because she doesn't like him whatsoever. Well, good job, everyone. Thank you. You arrived just in time.
So, are we expecting any more of these? This is what I want to ask that
Yeah,
lady.
Erin has moved off onto the side and is looking over, figuring out what to do with the bodies. She looks up at you and says, no, we have scouts out, but we think this was the group. At least this one. Who knows if there'll be more.
Happen a lot?
Here? No. Arbe? Yeah.
Arbe. What is Arbe?
Arbe is the most western town of the Atavi, of the village of the Atavi villages. It's the one closest to the desert.
Gotcha.
Which means they're getting bolder, and we encountered a few on our way in. Covey dispatched them pretty quickly, but
Not as quickly as I would have liked.
She looks at you, kind of gives you a once over, and like,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
not in a bad way, just.
No, that's what she gets back is. Do old halfling ladies just sizing each other up, like you do?
Welp. Sita kind of lets out a frustrated sigh and she goes, we can't just keep doing this. Living under constant vigilance and battle. I wish there was some more political moves we can make. Has there been any word back from Lady Mense of any sort? Anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
Mainly you've told her about what happened in the city, right? Is what
Yes, and then I think the last correspondence was saying that there was about to be some stuff here, like...
Yeah, it hasn't gotten to you yet.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure I was on the right page. Of
Okay, yeah, she sent...
When I remember.
Sita sent a correspondence about, like, the fact that there was going to be a big fight and what was going on within the Atavi villages and how the Vasahadans were influencing that.
Okay,
Wow.
cool.
Oh, Sita, we encountered some of them right before we came to the village, and I hand Sita the necklace that the snake people wear, and it's the image of the snake eating its tail. And I think Babar noticed this, but when they were dying, they said home.
when I asked them what they desired the most, they said home.
They mentioned home. I don't know if that helps you all, but
Sita will kind of look at Asefa and is there any sort of lore check I can make, or
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Do either of us know anything about?
You know this.
Okay.
These are your enemies. Asefa, you have been in their stronghold. Sita, you have saved Asefa, like helped save Asefa from their stronghold. Asefa, you were dressed in one of these, like you were given one of these when you were there about to partake in the ritual. It is the image of their goddess, the dark serpent, and it's the serpent eating his own tail. And their goal is to bring her back to rule the world. That's their goal. And she is at odds with your goddess. They fight.
So it's a religious war.
In a lot of ways, yes.
Oof.
Yeah.
Would there be anything to suggest that these attackers have been influenced by the Vasahatans? Nothing.
No, you don't see anything. That'd be something you might want to look into more.
Okay. So they can definitely look into that, and she'll turn back to Gemma or Asha and be like, "Thank you. I'll do some digging."
I'm glad to see you again, Sita.
I missed you all too, and I'm very glad to see all of you again too.
Pleasure to see all of you and meet you.
Your cows are rude.
Everyone, this is Asefa, my Sadhaya.
We met.
She, like,
you did?
Very, like, you probably hear an audible, like, crack from her as she, like, gets up. So, like, oh, that one's popped back in again. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, Asefa.
Do you need to sit down, friend?
Oh, don't
She's
worry.
Fine.
Don't worry. It's, ow. Okay, yeah, that's about a 6. Yeah, no, today's better.
Six what?
She's fine.
Asefa, have you taken any damage during the fight? Like,
it's minor. You'll see probably from the stab. I like to imagine that it's like it's not healing, but part of what the arcane ward did to keep off the damage is you see where the sword like pierced through to her. There's like a coating of like sap, amber, and like hardened wood that like kept some of the blade from coming through.
Would Hospitaller be able to help with that?
I can help.
Yes, Hospitaller can help with that, and yeah.
And I say, may I? And I sort of like just gesture, and I start singing a song about like noticing the wood and amber on your thing. I start singing a song about a little sapling that grows into a tree and its bark hardening, and sort of weaving that in as I try to close your wound with my arcane art.
So what I will say, just to go back to your question, Leona, you can just heal people with lay on hands.
Oh, where would I find that? I keep looking for this stuff.
Oh,
that should be under your moves.
There it is. There it is. Okay.
Yeah. Just for future reference.
Yeah, so heal 1d8 damage. And
holy 15.
Yeah, that's why I was like, Jesus, that's a max roll.
Right?
That's exactly what I was missing.
Yeah. And you can pick the effect below.
And I heal with 1d8.
Yeah, so it's 3 heal to you, Asefa, and then what are you picking as your effect going forward? Sure.
Oh, there's an effect going forward?
Yeah, it's under your details.
Oh, heal 1d4 forward to damage. I thought I had to choose one effect. Oh, and
yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad. My bad. You choose the effect.
You had it right the first time. Also, Mariam, you might want to double check. I think you have +1 forward ticked and your little options on your character sheet.
So then that's a 14.
Because of Sita.
Right, but
it's over now.
The +1 forward is to your next die roll, which happened.
Only to one die roll.
Correct. It is not ongoing. +1 ongoing means you just keep getting it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 14 then.
Okay.
But even then, yeah, that's way above 12. Either way. I just wanted to let you know just in case.
Yeah.
Because I often forget about that toggle myself.
Does Asefa need any more healing?
No. She's like, don't. Thank you, Baba Share. I appreciate it very much. And she's doing like what I imagine is like when someone's like fussing over like an old lady who's like more than capable of dealing with something. She's like, no, no, like before like I imagine she's like seeing Sita about to do like a look of like, do you need more? She's
See
like,
that backs off. See that knows better than to get involved, and she'll be like, "All right,
she even like tries to point the cane
Hey.
for a second, and then she
hey,
starts wobbling. It's like, okay, actually,
listen, I'm listening. Okay, I'm backing off. Look,
actually, hold. Keep me up, keep me up, keep me
Yep,
up. Keep me
yep.
up, keep me up.
Mhm.
Okay. Lovely
Yeah.
to meet all of you when we are not trying to avoid dying.
And your house is still standing.
Yes, so I believe that's a perfect spot for us to discuss whatever information you have and for us to settle down and take a moment to recuperate and also give me some time to go through more of my materials as you see probably like notice for some of the failed spells she has sap around some of the nicer parts of the dress. Oh, Lord.
Speaking of, do y'all drink in this village?
Of course.
Of course.
Fantastic. Let's go find some.
Celebration drinks.
No, this is yes, sure. Okay, celebration drinks.
Something of
fucking drink.
She probably leans over
Drinks.
she leans over to Kavi, or like she probably tries to keep pace with you, even though it's probably against her best interest. And she says,
I also have like a very short stride and can easily like if I notice you're trying to catch up to me, like Kavi won't say anything, but she will slow.
Yeah, and she'll just say, for the record, that cow doesn't like anybody. Quite a skill shot.
That's why it's a pen by itself.
That one over there.
There's just a whole herd elsewhere.
There's just that one cow.
It's just a hut with a sign on it that says "asshole cow."
No, actually, we've nicknamed him Alpha. He doesn't get along with anyone else for that reason.
I can see why.
He tries to take control, like lead the other cows. It doesn't go over very well.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
It's a complex.
So
I'm sure you
wait,
understand.
when you say there's bullshit, that's what you mean? And I point right behind.
Oh yes, you probably don't want to fall back anymore on the ground. And she's not looking back as she says this. She's like probably overhears you say that, and she like holds up the cane, like just to emphasize. Probably don't want to fall back there, and she just keeps going. And I imagine the Cepha just leads everyone.
To the house. What does Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say SF's probably leading and Sita's probably taking up the back and like checking over her shoulders and stuff like that as we continue forward.
Asefa, what does your house look like?
I imagine because you said a lot of the homes are sort of like wood thatched sort of roof kind of effects. She probably has one spot just slightly open in the ceiling, but it has sort of a covering so that natural sunlight could get in. So, but the regardless of the time of day, that she's sort of, you probably see like a couple bits of contraptions where she's tried to find almost like reflective like light substances of the local like flora to make it so that no matter what time of day it is, there's always a beam of sunlight hitting this tiny little shrine at the back part of the home. And a lot of it is just simple chairs, probably a little like center table for like everyone. Like it's not a raised table, it's more for people to sit on the ground and like eat and like with their hands and things of that sort and gather around. There's probably a little fireplace, and you'll see a bunch of different like nice quilts, but you'll see kind of stitched throughout some of them different. It almost looks like it's not quite rocks, but it's like little bits of dirt she's just compiled over time, so that for anyone who picks one up, you'll notice like one is like oddly extremely heavy in some parts, and other ones are like very light. So they're essentially all their weighted blankets.
Nice. Oh, nice. I love it.
Day where she's like, "This is a really bad pain day. I'm gonna be chilling over here under this one. Oh, today's better. I'm gonna be in this one." But she probably just like pulls out a couple of chairs, and she like takes a few breaths, and she sets the cane aside, and she just like steadies herself, and she's like, "Okay. Whew. I think I'll be okay without that for a bit. moment.
You did wonderful out there, Sefa.
Well,
Wonderful nothing. You were like a hurricane of... What was that you did with plants? You threw wood at them and they died. That's very confusing to me.
I mean, it shouldn't be that surprising to someone who also fires wood at people and they die.
What I do is definitely magic, but what you do is like literally from beyond this world.
It's a small blessing from Parvati, and most of it is experimental in nature. And you see, like, she points to like a cupboard that is like probably has like what she thinks is a very secure like wooden lock. It's impractical, it doesn't actually work, and you can see there's probably like a couple of bugs seen through it that are like peeking through, and you just see a whole bunch of vials with different collected saps and bits of like amber and like shards of different like wood fragments, or even probably you smell very faintly probably some of the bullshit as well. And she's just like, I will never be as consistent as you are with the bow, but I have my tricks as needed.
Damned impressive, whatever it is.
Well, thank you. And I see that, and she would probably take time to turn to the others. You also all seem quite talented. It has been a while since I have seen such a delightful performance by one in the midst of battle.
I do what I can. Sometimes they fight each other, sometimes they fight me. It's okay.
Oh, sometimes my spells blow up in my face. So you do about the same as I do.
Yeah. Yours are more useful.
You can try and state things that are not definitively not true. I can tell you right now, I will still continue to point out what is actually true. I can tell you are quite useful. And she turns to Asha. Speaking of which, oh, hello. Oh, and she like probably when you do the who, she like does a little startle back.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's nice to finally meet you.
It is a pleasure to see that Sita keeps such good company, and has only recently decided to start telling me about them again.
Hey, I only recently met them, okay? You know this. I told you this.
I thought we share everything.
Knock it off.
Actually, yeah, about that. And like, what come out of my eyes are like darting back and forth between Sita and Asefa. Sita, we need to
Yes, okay.
talk, but can we trust them?
Asefa? I trust Asefa with my life.
But you know with what I mean. Can we trust them with that?
And I'm touching my tiger eye bracelet at this point.
With people stuff.
I'll follow your lead on this one, Sita.
I'm going to ask Kate a question. So, how does this work? I mean, my understanding is that Sita would have said that she's part of an organization, but just not told Asefa what it's about. Like, you know.
This is my question. How close are you and Asefa? Asefa told you to go find the Harika. What would Sita have told Asefa?
If Asefa, okay, so if Asefa has told her to go find the Harika, then I see no reason for Sita to not tell her that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there we go. Problem solved. And Sita will say, yep, Asefa was the one that sent me out in the first place, so she's for the people as well.
All right. I nod to Asefa then, and it's like, oh, okay, then we're in good company. Fantastic.
Yes.
And she turns just with like, in contrast to sort of the kind of friendly jovialness she's had before, it's a look of seriousness to Kavi. Because I out of character and in character explanation, like she sees Kavi as like, outside of Sita, she sees you as like the kind of person inclined to ask the hard questions kind of like personality.
Fair.
So she's reading and she's like, regardless of our relationship, shall we say, if it is of the group has any doubt in my ability to...
You stay. If Sita vouches for you, you're fine in my book.
Yeah.
If you
So,
if you would also all not like anyone else to be hearing us, I can listen in because I'm used to my own noises of tinkering around here, and I can work on getting some other materials together. Out of character, I can prepare my spells while
Yes,
you're doing
that's
this.
fine. That's fine.
if you can keep this place private, that would be vital.
Oh, they know
Right
not
now.
to bother me when this is happening. There's been, and she points to a patch in the roof that isn't repaired. They know better. She just shows
Yeah.
the cabinet and leaves you all free to talk, and she'll be listening. So obviously, I'll hear all this. But carry on.
So again, if I could get that drink, I'd super appreciate it. So,
Hold out a
Sita-
vial full of whiskey.
Sita will take it and start pouring drinks for everyone.
Thank you.
I chug mine pretty immediately.
the Vasahattens.
Hard day at work, y'all?
We had to leave the town in a hurry, or the city in a hurry.
Well, we got your message. We left really quickly.
But
Good.
now
We
we
got-
got some information though.
Excellent.
We managed to get aboard the Midnight Stream,
Great.
which is good. We found a map, I believe. I didn't actually write down what all we got, but I remember there was like a map. There was like troop movements for the fleet.
We found a map of Vasahata, or Yoel. That's the assumption. It's a place we've never seen before, or Asha hasn't seen before.
A continent we didn't recognize.
I'm-
we
I'm-
assume.
I'm guessing y'all brought it with you, like maybe like so they can just kind of like flip through it. Would that help, or did it get sent somewhere?
We
More whiskey.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Okay.
we also got school plans and where they were going to build it, which is in the poorer district.
We have copies of all the information, though, don't we? Because we had made copies.
You made
Rough ones.
very rough copies. They
Yeah.
are not.
And there were letters, but they were in code.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm really pleased to hear that we got some good information.
Well, so here's the thing.
Oh,
We didn't have time to get it into panic, and while I check my notes, the name of the lady that's in charge of the city.
Ariana.
Ariana.
Is in charge of the city.
Devika.
Ariana is your.
Yes.
Friend.
So we didn't have time to get them to Devika, not directly. That's going through channels is too much of a pain in the ass. So I kind of gave him to Ariana. I figured
And
she has the
Mummy.
connections. Yeah.
And Mummy G has a copy, the same copies that we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and I told Finitel as well in the embassy.
okay. If you trust Finithel, and of course we trust Mummy G because Mummy G is one of us, Kavi, do you trust Ariana?
I trust that she has connections. And I trust that she can get this information into the right hands. I trust that she can protect herself, considering that I just threw a lit match into her lap.
Then
Well-
I trust that she will do the right thing. I suggest you write a letter to Lady Mince. I can send a writer. Just updating her on the situation if you haven't done so already.
I think we still have one note, right?
I think you
believe-
did that. I think you
Oh.
used that to tell her what happened.
That's the thing. I want to say that yeah,
Oh.
we gave her a very brief overview and that we were heading to the to these villages. So I
Yep.
think we burned that note on that.
Okay.
Perfect.
If we didn't, we definitely should have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
actually,
no,
we
we
did.
did. We did. Okay, great.
And
It sounds like it was
there-
a success overall.
finish the second glass of whiskey.
And
There's
now
more.
I'm looking very sheepishly and looking around, like, trying to find
Well-
somewhere where I can crawl under.
I'm just,
Galathaniel's dead.
yeah. Asha just looks up. We did get all the information, but
Silence.
there was
What happened?
Yeah.
You're all avoiding what happened?
Galathaniel
starts.
is dead.
I think I hear
How?
Bessie. And I start heading to the door.
Asha
Wait
doesn't
a
say anything,
minute.
but glances at Babar, like kind of obviously, like. Mm-mm.
Babershare. How is Galathaniel dead?
Too much dark poison?
We got aboard the ship while we were stealing what we could. Do you want to tell her or will I?
You should say Babar.
And I sort of I sigh, and then I straighten and turn, and I say, I'm sorry this might blow back on us, but I'm not sorry I killed him.
Why did you do it? Was he a threat? I don't understand.
He was asleep in
Yes.
his bed, Sita.
So, and Sita begins pacing. I don't understand. If he was asleep, why kill him? Will someone please answer me?
I don't have answers for you. I just know that that's what happened.
Babar,
I'd love some too.
I look at Babar and I go, Babar, I saw you. You have to tell Sita. This is yours to tell, not ours.
I couldn't stand the way he treated you, so I gave it back to him. And at this point, I actually just walk out the door.
I go, Babar, wait.
I don't know. It happened while we were aboard the ship. I was searching another room.
I'm sorry, Sita. I wasn't there.
It's not your fault. Does Lady Mince know that this happened?
Did we mention that in the note?
You were the one who wrote the note, so it's
Then yes.
simply...
She knows.
Good.
We haven't heard back yet or anything, but...
Nor have I. And Sita will storm out and go after Bubbershare.
Zephyr will follow.
I'm sort of looking at Bessie at this point.
Is that the asshole cow?
Yeah.
That's the asshole cow.
Okay.
Asshole cow.
And I'm just staring at their horns and thinking,
I was not done speaking to you, Bubbershare.
yes, I know you hate me, and yes, I know we're no longer
Stop.
friends.
Stop. Stop making assumptions, first of all. Second of all, you didn't like the way he treated me? I willingly chose to put myself in that situation, first of all. Second of all, he was asleep. You killed a man. Granted, he's our enemy, in cold blood. Third of all, Bubbershare, I asked you. I tasked you with the duty of protecting the team, not putting us in more danger. What have you done?
I thought I was protecting all of us from a person like him.
By killing him, there's going to be an investigation. You've just it's like fish in a barrel. You know that saying, right? Fish in a barrel?
Well, to be fair, he was awake, but then Asha threw a dart and went to sleep. So
Did he see you? Did he see any of you?
Well, he was up and staring at us, so yeah.
Let's see, that begins pacing again. I am worried that there will be an investigation, and the fact that all of you left town right away after killing Galathaniel is going to look incredibly suspicious, and rightly so.
But we had to come to you. You
Yes.
called for us.
I know. And that's not a good look. Granted, you did what I asked of you, but to murder someone and then suddenly leave makes you look doubly suspicious. I am very worried for the repercussions, Bubbershare. That is your city.
Well, I guess
I can't.
I guess when we go back, I'll turn myself in and make sure none of you are involved with me, and everything will be okay.
I don't know. We'll have to deal with that when we get there, because we've clearly got bigger issues on our hands. Bubbershare, I've told you time and time again that I can take care of myself. And I just can't believe that you will let blinding jealousy get in the way of our work. I'm disappointed.
At this point, I say, fine, I'll just go back now then, and I just start walking away, getting my horse.
I don't know what you want from me right now, Bubbershare. Like, I have Fine. And Sita will just go back.
Sepho will take a moment to like stop you, Sita, and
Yeah.
be like, just sit with them for a sec. If it's all right with you, may I try and talk with them?
Yep. I'm good with that.
Okay. And Sepho will follow. It's a little bit strained because in moments of high intensity, the pain starts to flare up again. But she like goes to just try and follow you, Bugbear.
I'm right now just sort of getting my horse untied and getting ready to mount. And I say, I know, I messed everything up. All I do is mess things up, okay? I get that. That's the first reason how I got into this organization, because I fucked up. And every time I think I'm doing something right, I fuck up again. I think it's just best for everybody if I just go.
Fair. Are you finished?
I guess.
How often has anyone told you that they actually believe in you? That they see the chaos that you sow as something worthwhile?
And I don't answer. And you notice there's like drops of liquid sort of streaming down, hitting the ground.
She like gets closer to try and like not look you directly in the eyes, but just like so that if you chose to look at her, that you would have a clear look at her face. Okay. I don't know the full extent of what you have with Sita, or if you have anything. I think it's clear enough to me and to anyone who sees you that you care very deeply about her. But
that's not enough, is it?
You write songs, you perform, you've heard many tales, far more than I've ever heard leaving this place, of love, passion, ridiculous stories of lust and such. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
How many of those stories speak of a love that is one-sided, or that seeks to control how the whole story will go?
I don't know. Most of them are just of other people.
Sita is not. There's a moment where she kind of smiles. It's when she's like, Sita's not just other people. She is a blessing, as much a blessing to me and to anyone else of this village. I could not begin to put into words what she means to me. I imagine you feel the same. But whatever she chooses, it must be of her, or whatever happens, it must be of her own choice. You cannot force love. You cannot force these things. And like she pulls back the sleeves, and you see, and she like unties the wraps, and you see like there's a bunch of like weird sapling like scratch marks and burn marks somewhere along her arms. I have tried to force these things 1,000 times at this point.
Wait, you tried to force Sita to love you?
No, I've tried to force. She fumbles with her words for a second, and she like gestures back at the spell book that she still brought with her, because she doesn't go anywhere without her book back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've tried to force these things 1,000 times. They never quite work. In fact, anything that you saw that in this combat to help you, to help Sita, that's the first time they've ever worked consistently. And every 50 times I have failed. It has gone. It has also sometimes also had one moment of success, but that is not because I tried to force it. It is not because I put more effort or anything. It is because the nature of magic, nature in the world, it responded positively. I had to sacrifice my desire to control it, to let it happen on its accord, not of my own accord. The position we are in means you cannot just think about yourself. Though I imagine no one has ever thought about you as much as you try and think about them.
Well, when you get left as a cub because your parents didn't really think much of you, anytime someone has even the slightest look of disappointment, you get this yawning pit open up before you and you know you're going to get left. And I saw that look on Kavi before coming. I saw that look on on Asha. And I just saw that look on Sita. I know my time's gonna come, so at least if I leave now, I can maybe keep them in the clear.
I hate to be that person, but... And she leans up close and she says, probably none of us are in the clear at this point in time. I hate to be the one to break the ego even more, but you only have so much control at this point. And I mean that in the best way possible. Kavi, from what I understand, is a capable older woman who's probably seen quite a lot of things. And that also means she's probably seen quite a lot of moments where people have failed her, and she's probably failed them. She probably carries some of those things around with her too, as anyone else does. But she doesn't seem unreasonable. Asha seems possibly the warmest person I've seen so far beyond Sita, if you catch Sita on a good day. When she isn't fussing over me. I have failed people. I have, by my very existence, the way that I am, and she sort of points down to the burn marks, the shake, the slight tremors that are in her hand now, and she's just doing this gesture to just keep it just under wraps. We've failed people. This is not extraordinary. You are not unique in this. You are the same. You are filled with the same level of chaos and potential for failure and greatness that any of us are. I believe in you, Baba Sher. And I ask that, in all seriousness, you not endanger the mission by letting your personal feelings get in the way of this. But no, I still trust you, regardless of what you will likely bring upon us now. But we cannot let these feelings get the best of us. We will do what we have always done, or at least what I have always done. We will learn, we will prepare, and we will let nature take its course, not as we force it.
I can see
you can
why,
leave if you'd like.
I can see why Sita loves you so much.
And I love her. That much is certain. But what will come of that will not be of my own desire to force it. It will be by her choice. For either of us. You are chaos, my new friend. Chaos is helpful.
I've been told that.
Relish it. Your performance was quite powerful and quite wonderful. Relish that about yourself, as I'm sure your companions already have. She's starting to wobble a little bit.
And I sort of, if she looks like she needs support, I will give her support, but I'm not seeing how Sita fusses. I'm not going to.
No, she leans into it. She does a wrap around, almost like a hug, and you can feel it's warm. She's like, if you would trouble me, my delightful bardic friend, to lead me back to my home, to help this poor, helpless young woman get back to her home.
You're anything but poor and helpless. As I giggle a little and I lead you back.
And you're anything but useless. So let's start learning some hard truths for once. And let's get to this.
And Sita, I don't know where Sita is. Did you go back to the house, Sita, or?
Yeah, Sita probably did. In a bit of a huff. Probably very frustrated, kind of walked in, looked around, and said, I'm going to bed. That didn't go very well. Turns around and leaves and goes back to her hut and just closes the door. She just needs a night off.
A few minutes later, Barbershare and... Oh, did you want to say something before then?
Oh, I mean, if Sita's leaving this house, I not follow it in like, I'm going to get up in your face, but like, give you a beat. And then I'm just going to follow wherever Sita's going.
Okay. Asha's just chilling.
Asha is in that awkward, like, everyone's at going to different place again.
Poor Asha always gets stuck in the middle of this.
Oh, poor Asha.
I just go where the whiskey is and pour another cup.
Oh god, that is like the saddest image in the fucking world.
That's where we're gonna end. Barbershare and Asafa are on their way back. Sita and Kavi are going to Sita's hut. Well, Sita's going to her hut, Kavi following, and Asha pours herself a whiskey and just sits there and starts drinking it. And that's where we fade to black.
The darkest timeline.
Okay,
Absolute
so
wizard
darkest
cast therapy session for the next game.
Wizard cast
Grizzly right
Yeah.
now. Asha just...
All right, so we ran a little bit late, so like we still have a few minutes before our time's up. But I just want to go around, tell everybody where we can find you on the internet, real quick, and then we will close things up. And I'm going to start with Fox.
Fuck. All right. Stars Asunder, Saturdays at 7 Eastern Time. Shadowrun over on twitch.tv/doublesluckgaming, Sundays at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Emissaries of Avithna, you already know what it is. I produce side quests Mondays 9:30 Eastern Time. Our next game coming up is a For the Queen hack. It's going to be for the Prom Queen. It's going to be amazing. Tuesdays at 4 o'clock Politics and Plagues, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. The big thing I will actually mention is that this coming Wednesday, I'm going to be over on twitch.tv/SteveJacksonGames at 2 Central Time, which I believe is 3 Eastern, helping them show off the fantasy trip. It's a little game called Live in the Labyrinth, and I'm going to be helping the SJG folks show off their rad new game. So check that out if you get a chance. The fantasy trip is kind of, if you know what GURPS is, take one step older from that. This is like one of Steve's old micro games from a zillion years ago, and they're re-releasing it, which is very big and very exciting. And I'm extremely, extremely privileged to be a part of that stream with them. So, super stoked. Wednesday, 2 Central, which is a terrible time zone. Don't live in it because nobody ever uses it.
Cool.
Also, by the way, who am I? I remain Fox Barrett at Fox Barrett on the Twitter, where you can find me being filled with existential dread.
That's about par for the course. Mariam.
That's all I do on Twitter.
Hey, so I am Mariam, and you can find me on Twitter at media_junkie. I am in a lot of the similar games that Fox is in. I am a player for Stars Asunder. I am in Adventures of Agni with the wonderful Angela GMing. And I usually can be found on 3V once it is back on from hiatus, as well as this. And then I will be there for the Prom Queen, which I am so excited for because I've never played For the Queen in ever.
So good.
And I also am the GM for Politics and Plagues. We're now in our second half with 2 more episodes left. And I GM the Musafirs, which Leona is in. And I'm doing something else with everyone here. So so that's me.
All right, awesome. Angela.
Hello there, everybody. I hope you were hoping to have feels today because we had them. So I am DM for Adventures in Agni, one half of Queerly Yours podcast, a writer for Art for Ourselves, QTPOC Online Collective. I am a poet and writer through Patreon at Philosophem, and also you can find me at Philosophem / at Phoenix24Fem on Twitter, where I just share a bunch of queer, trans, and opinions about TTRPG things and politics and hope and dread and a bunch of those other things. And I am a player in 2 games, one here on Emissaries of Avithna and one on Friday mornings. Well, actually, it's 2 p.m. Eastern. No, it's 1 p.m. Eastern time for Sleeping Angels, Let Sleeping Angels Lie. I do a lot of things. I have a lot of feelings, a lot of them very explodey and hype, because I am a madam of hype. So, next person.
Awesome. Gemma.
Cool. Hello. I'm Gemma. I played Asha. You can find me on Twitter at Kupo Knight, the O being a 0. I am when I'm not when I'm gaming, I'm here on Welcome to the Party on the weekends, Saturday evenings. I'm on Adventures in Agni, and Sunday nights I am here being my owl folk Asha. And besides gaming, I am podcasting every other Wednesday. I am the host of Diverse Geeks in Focus, where we focus on marginalized voices in geek culture. You can check it out every other Wednesday wherever you get your podcatchers. So yeah, that's it.
Cool. Leona.
Hello, my name is Leona Maple. You can find me on Twitter at the Leona Maple. I am part of the Mod Squad on this amazing community Discord, so feel free to join our Discord. I am the I don't know, executive producer, founder of 3V. I don't know what to call myself anymore. It'll come back soon. Something.
You told me I was the executive producer of SideQuest. That means you're the executive producer of 3V.
Okay, I'm the executive producer. I'm also very, very excited to be starting Blood and Shackles this Friday at 9 Eastern, 6 PST, and I cannot wait to bring you a pirate bard and it's just so much feels and so much goodness. And you can find me here. And I think that's everything. And also the Musappers. I think that's everything. Follow my Twitter for all the updates.
Hi, I'm Kate. I go by Me Midair on the Twitters. I am in several games weekly. I play in the Rifts game at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday nights. I will also be in Blood and Shackles with Leona as a monk. I'm super excited. And that is at 9 Eastern time. And then I will be on for the Queen tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm super excited. I have the best voice, so come check it out. It's pretty great. And I think we just want to say a big shout out to our sponsors, Roll20, Tabletop Loot, Devin Rue, Mistress of Maps, and So Nerdware. Check those out. You can get some awesome discounts on specific ones. Follow, support us on the Patreon. That's where we get the most bang for the buck. And don't forget to sub if you haven't yet, because subs are like half off. Why wouldn't you? It's the best time to do it. Are we reading anyone tonight?
Chatbot is down. Womp womp.
It was working earlier. Oh no.
That's
okay.
okay.
Sleepy.
That's okay.
Are we rating anybody?
Ed.
I didn't think to check and see if anybody was online.
I just realized I was muted, but I kept saying, no, nobody's on at this hour.
Gosh, can we read Bob Ross art? No, I'm sorry.
If Bob Ross art is on, we could.
I have that power, but I don't know if they need the followers, quite frankly.
I don't think I do.
I can do a raid on Hyper RPG if y'all want.
Okay, perfect. Let's do that.
Let me do that then for you.
Hyper RPG is online right now?
It's a rerun, but we'll go support them.
All right.
Yeah, give them some love. Get your emotes ready.
10, 9. Everybody, bye.
And we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Okay, raid is raiding. Raid's gone through.